Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Is there anything anybody loves more than agreeing with Tausch?
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
I got a hunch this isn't going to be concise either.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
I would say that you are pretty easygoing. You're actually probably more easygoing than I am.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, you're not easygoing at all.
Hey!
On 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Give it up to everybody in this room. First 7th seed in the history of the NFL to win a playoff game.
Touchdown, Green Bay on the opening drive.
How about Aaron Jones with 3 tugs today?
Touchdown. Third today for Aaron Jones.
Whoever this Romeo Dobbs guy was.
Zips it in there, and it's called for the touchdown, Romeo Dobbs.
John Money setting it off with the pick.
Prescott fires for Brooks, and it's intercepted. Jair Alexander.
Sam with a pick 6.
Here's Prescott. In the middle, it's going to be picked off, and no one in front of him. Darnell Savage.
Musgrave stayed on his feet.
It's going to be caught by Musgrave. Racing towards the end zone. He is in. Touchdown, Green Bay.
On a personal basis, I'm forward. Not that there's any world's smallest violin for me.
This guy finished with the highest QB rating in Packer history at 157.
And the route is on in Dallas. Wow.
It is the Monday edition. I don't believe what I just saw. It was 48 to 16. 48 to 16 edition. How about them Cowboys? I'm worried for Mike edition. But more importantly, the Bring On the 49ers edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app. The Packers beat the Cowboys. The final score was 48 to 32. Wasn't that close. And Matt LaFleur did not have to put his starters back in. I'm sorry. Didn't have to do it. But he did. Got a little nervous. But they advance. They're expected to play on Saturday at some point in San Francisco, Santa Clara, against the top-seeded San Francisco 49ers.
No, it's Saturday night. It's booked, right? Saturday night.
I don't know if that's official yet.
7:15 Saturday night.
It's official.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
when
it's
did
been
they make it
for a
official?
day. Well, last night.
Last night after the Lions game wrapped up.
Yeah,
they
but
announced it,
it was official after the game. They're not going to play a primetime game, not out in San Fran. Like it was always going to be Saturday night.
Well, be that as it may, they're certainly not going to make the Monday night team then play on Saturday. So we knew it was going to be Saturday, and apparently we know what time it is as well. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios and from his undisclosed location. He said Super Bowl in his song. He claimed he didn't, but he did. Let's see if he claims it now. It is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning.
Well, I also said 3 tutters. He could have had more. It was an amazing thing to watch when you have a plan, which Matt LaFleur had, and you execute it at that high of a level with this young of a football team. We all look back at this season and how it's gone and the October swoon and to where they're at now, and we're all amazed. But I don't think any of us should have been amazed by what we saw offensively yesterday. What I'm amazed by was that the Dak Prescott-led Dallas Cowboys with Mike and everybody else was as bad as they were, and that the defense was as good as it was. So I said this is a dangerous team. Your quarterback's hot. Your quarterback's good. Your young players believe. And what we saw yesterday was a group of guys that didn't think what they were doing was anything that big. It was just what they do. So there's all of these other things that come with it. But if you ask me if I thought Matt LaFleur is shocked that he put up a ton of points yesterday against that defense, no, I don't. I think they're shocked that it was as easy as it was. But this was not. It was a big win, monumental win, because it's the first time a 7th seed. But I am just not. I'm not as shocked about the offensive output. I am shocked that our defense was as good. So it was a great day. It was a highly efficient, awesome offensive day. But I am really, really mostly impressed that this defense could do what it did yesterday. That's how I looked at yesterday's game. I think we all looked at it and thought a lot of points are going to be scored. Well, we didn't know that the defense was going to score a ton of points, 14 points for the green and gold, and that Dallas's offense would stink. But when you can execute and take the football, and I thought the game was won when they went 75 yards, and then you saw that the Dallas Cowboys defense is looking around like, what happened? And then Dak and everybody else squeezed so tightly because they knew that this opportunity as the 2 seed and having all these home playoff games was there, and that was what the plan was, and the Packers executed it beautifully. It's my analysis.
Okay. It was 27-0. It was 27-0. Like, you can say you're not surprised they scored points. You could say you're not surprised they won. But the manner in which they won, it was 48-16 against a team that had won 16 in a row at home, against a team that was undefeated at home this year, against a team that was averaging 37 points a game at home, against a team that was the number 1 scoring offense in the league this year.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I did not see 27-0 and 48-16 coming.
I didn't either. My point on all of it was I was not surprised that Green Bay moved the football down the field every time they had it. I wasn't surprised. I was surprised that they kept them at 0, and it was 27-0. I thought it could be 24-21 at half. I envisioned that
I
game.
did too.
So I'm not. So I guess, and Gabe got after me on the postgame last night because he's like, well, what? Because I was amazed that Joe Barry and the defense was able to get the turnovers and shut down that offense to that degree. I was not amazed that Aaron Jones had a big game. He's had big games. I was not amazed Jordan Love played great. Jordan Love has played great. And Dallas's defense ain't all that. So I guess the way the game played, I am incredibly impressed by Matt LaFleur's game plan and the fact that I think I heard this because when the Get Up crew couldn't stop talking Dallas, which that'll be for today and until Mike gets fired, and then it'll probably move on and we'll start talking Packers. The Packers didn't get hardly any talk on any of the big shows this morning. But you just have to be amazed at how wide open guys were, how Jordan Love had complete command of what was going on against that defense, Dan Quinn's defense. So it just was such a – I mean, you start with the offensive line. I mean, I'll do my positives now. Micah Parsons was not a factor.
They didn't have
Lawrence,
a sack.
Not a factor. It was just when you control the line of scrimmage, and Matt LaFleur, I was shocked when it was the fourth quarter and they brought Jordan back in, and I agree. They didn't need to. I'm not mad that he did. Not mad at all. But 20 throws, that was the part that shocked me. He only had 20 throws. When you controlled the ball, that's where I'm just looking at Matt LaFleur, and I've said his month of October was one of the worst, and since then he has been one of the best. And what they did to keep Dallas's defense, and Orlovsky did a good job of breaking it down with the split flow and what Dallas likes doing man-to-man, and they never made any necessary adjustments, and when they did, Jordan Love was a step ahead of them because Matt LaFleur had it dialed up. They didn't know if it was run or pass. Remember when he got hired and said he's going to marry up the run so it always looks like the pass and everything else? That's what it looked like. So offensively, I'm not shocked, guys. I'm not. I'm shocked that Joe Barry's defense was that good. That's the part that was shocking.
Jesse, judging from some of your text messages, you were having a grand old time yesterday.
Sure was.
A couple of Coors Lights. A lot of happiness.
It started with mimosas in the morning, and it just kept going. Ooh, what a day. Coors Light in a snowbank. That actually started it on Saturday. It just kept going. What a time.
Just a 2-day bender for old Jelly.
Were you shocked by the way in which the Packers won?
Yes, it was one of the games, and I'm trying to maybe when the Bucks beat the Suns in the 2021 Game 5 of the NBA Finals, when they came back in the big block and the alley-oop to Drew Holiday and Giannis at the end. That's the last game that I remember just smiling and like uncontrollably smiling until yesterday. It was just excitement from the opening drive when they came out and took 8 minutes off the clock and put 7 points up instantly.
As Tausch predicted, they took the ball and they went and scored.
It set the tone. You're like, okay, if they're going to do this, this is how it starts. And it just escalated from there. The interceptions, the dominance on offense. I thought, I didn't think they were going to win the game at all. I thought Dallas would win the game by a score of what it ended up looking like yesterday. I did not expect this at all. And I'm so glad I was wrong. And I'm just, I'm sitting there just smiling uncontrollably watching the game yesterday. It was unreal.
So Jesse, no, I did not anticipate 27-0 and 48-32. I was anticipating high scoring on both sides. But what was the most, was it just the Joe Barry part, or were you surprised that our offense was that good?
Yeah, I was surprised the Cowboys were as rattled as they were and made the mistakes that were just gifts in that first half. I was shocked the Packers were moving the ball as easily as they were, as consistently as they were.
Wide open, guys, roaming the countryside.
It was unreal. It was just unreal. The whole thing was just ear-to-ear smiles.
All right, so in the interest of getting to calls more expeditiously, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Is there a negative that you want to briefly share before it's all positivity?
Probably Anders is probably about it, right? Missing the extra point.
It's a short list. It's a very short list.
You know what? If you want to get into this short list, the only other thing that I would say I'm a little concerned about was I thought when you got that lead, to the extent that they did, I would have thought you would have gotten more pressure on Dak as far as just and this is being very
nitpicky.
But that's you're going to need that this weekend in San Fran. You're going to have to get home, and you're going to have to beat their offensive line. That's the only other thing, because the coverage, everything about what we saw yesterday, mixing it up, putting Savage in position to win on the pick. It's just a great day. Just a great day. Not a ton to complain about.
No, there's not. I am going to complain. Jordan Love, who I thought would have some ups and downs in his first NFL playoff game. Remember, Aaron Rodgers' first pass in his first NFL playoff game was intercepted. And he was as interception averse as anyone we've ever seen in the league. Maybe until Jordan Love. 16 of 21, 272 yards, 3 touchdowns. I still don't know how he got that ball to Romeo Doubs for the final touchdown. He was amazing. But, and here's my negative. If he stays out of the game, or if he hands off instead of Matt LaFleur calling that pass to Tucker Kraft, he finishes his first NFL playoff game with a perfect 158.3 passer rating. He
cares
ruined it,
about
putting him back in.
Who cares?
Oh,
Who cares? 150.
Who cares about they didn't get enough pressure on Dak?
Or 157.9. Who gives two rips
Me.
about
Perfect
that?
is perfect.
Nobody cares what you care.
It's not a 300 game. It's a 294.
No, that's not the same thing. Come on. Bowling is actually legit. So you're telling me he's perfect even though there were 3 other plays that weren't thrown or incomplete for.
I'm
and
just
this
telling
one
you,
drop
it's
in
the
the
math.
flat is what ruins a perfect game.
It's the
Get
math.
out of here with that foolishness.
Don't
no,
throw
it's dumb.
Why
That's
did
fake
you put
math.
him? Why did you put him back
It's fake
in
math.
that? Why? Why did you put him back in?
Because people, I'm telling you, you got it to 16, and Dallas gets the ball back, and they score and get the onside, and it's 8 point. People were jittery at halftime. I tweeted out something about, and everybody is still jittery 27-7. Well, it would have felt better if we went to giving up that garbage. And by the way, I agreed. I didn't want to see that touchdown before the half, and there was a false start and everything else. But I just wonder when Matt LaFleur got in his mind, because he's an analytics guy. And this is a great question that I hope somebody asked after the game. Was it always going to be, I want the ball, I want to set the tone? Because I just felt like all week, Dallas is a good team. They played god-awful yesterday because the pressure got to them. They were not playing with house money. They allowed the pressure to get to them. And when you can put – what the Packers did was they won the first big pot. They took some of the chips that the Dallas Cowboys had, and now the Cowboys were down to their last $20 chip. And everybody that's gambled knows how that goes. Oh, boy. If I don't win this next hand, then I'm really in trouble. And you know what? When CD dropped that little slant on 3rd and 3, that's when – and then Green Bay went and pressed and said, you know what? Now we're burying them. The all gas, no blank and blank, they did it yesterday. And the Cowboys were stuck in first gear and never could get out of it. And it was because of the tone set. I believe if Dallas got that ball first and scored – obviously, yesterday looks a whole lot different. I still think Green Bay was better and was going to be tougher to stop, but that was everything yesterday. That first 8 minutes of the game was everything. First 10 minutes when they stopped him and then got the ball back. That was the game because Dallas couldn't get out of their own way, and they let the bigness of the moment get them. And this young little upstart plucky team with nothing to lose said, oh, baby, we're going to just keep rolling because we don't know any better. And that's what happened.
They did play like a fearless team. The coaches coached that way. The quarterback played that way. They were not fazed by the moment at all.
Not a bit.
And at this point, there's no reason to think they're going to be fazed by the San Francisco 49ers either. They may not win, but they do not blink. They don't flinch, as Barry Alvarez would say. And the fact that they took the ball and got stuffed on their first 2 runs, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you're sitting there, I don't know what it was, 3rd and 7 or something like that, and that they get the big completion, and then they're off to the races. We saw
they got a PI. They got a very important pass interference along there, too. Yep.
We saw plenty of times when they couldn't score a point in the first half early in the season. That ends up 3 and out. And then the tone is completely different after you took the ball. Instead, they delivered, and the route was on. All right, we want to get to all your calls today. Remember when we used to do this, it was all therapy? Now it's all celebratory. There ain't no therapy going on here.
Definitely a sea change. Definitely a sea change.
Speaking of change, should change out those old creaky, squeaky, leaky windows with one of the GOATs of all time, besides Jordan Love, Gina Della.
Yeah, it snowed in Dallas. It's snowed all weekend here. It's freezing cold, which I like because I'm in a nice warm home with great Pella Windows. My money is bouncing off those windows and staying right here. And if your money is slithering out those old windows, it's time to give our friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin a call. Their energy-efficient windows will keep that cold outside where it belongs, and you can help kick – there ain't no January blues, but you can help kick the January blues when it comes to money when you choose to book by the 31st for the 0% interest for up to 36 months. You heard that right. No interest for up to 36 months if you book by January 31st. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more. Certain restrictions do apply.
All right, we're going to get into your calls right away. We got to full phone lines after they beat the Bears, when previously the only time the phone lines were all 10 were full was when they were losing and people were pissed.
And when Rodgers was traded.
That seems to have worked out okay. Some might say bludgeoning. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. All calls all the time, with Tausch and I chiming in from time to time. We start next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Even when the weather outside is frightful, your energy bill could be much more delightful. Replacing drafty windows and doors can dramatically lower your energy costs. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin's energy-efficient windows keep the cold outside where it belongs. You'll help kick the January blues when you choose to book by the 31st for 0% interest up to 36 months. You heard that right. No interest for up to 36 months if you book by January 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
You'll notice that some jewelry stores in the area are giving big, deep down discounts, as much as 60%. But you know what they're doing, don't you? They're just marking it up to mark it down. That's why for over 30 years, Chalmers Jewelers has offered you truth in pricing. You will always find great value on unique custom jewelry at Chalmers Jewelers. Truth in pricing is what it's always been.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
I'm attorney David Gruber. We've helped injured Wisconsinites for more than 30 years. Trust our hometown team to get you back in the game. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Mike Greenberg is Greeny.
The next time a generational quarterback makes himself available, if you're Atlanta, you might want to make sure the first thing you do is get a statement out as quickly as you can saying you don't want him. If you put Lamar Jackson on Atlanta this year, they would be one of the top 2 seeds in the NFC. We'd be talking about the Falcons and the 49ers, one or the other as the team to beat.
Greeny, weekdays noon to 2 on 100.5 ESPN.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you. Donate at V.org, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
I'm attorney David Gruber. We've helped injured Wisconsinites for more than 30 years. Trust our hometown team to get you back in the game. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen, UW-Madison class of 2002. Join me, Michelle Smallman, and Super Bowl champion Chris Canty every weekday morning from 5 to 9, right here on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand on Wisconsin.
No one told you love was gonna play this way. Joe Barry's scheme's a joke. Special teams aren't MIA. In October, they were stuck in second gear.
So is this Geriad or is this Klinkster on lead vocals?
That's Klinkster.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, he calls in enough that I remember Klinkster's voice.
All right.
I think Geriad was the supporting role.
Well, we're big in Canada, so we're going to start with a Canadian call. But I want to read this tweet because I think this tweet from John effectively...
Okay, before you read John's tweet,
John's
tweet, quick question.
Yeah, sure.
Now that we saw this, and this is the norm. This is what I expect from this offense now. It's what I expect.
You expect 41 points a game?
No, they scored 14. Hold up. 14 of those were freebies.
Hold up.
14 of those were freebies,
No,
so
they had a cash in on Jair's. Was it a touchdown?
Jair's. All right, I'll take an 18-yard drive all day. Okay.
Of course you will.
This offense has not been stopped. Really, Jordan fumbled against the Bears. They didn't score a ton of tutters, but when you start looking at where this group has been, this is what I expect. I don't expect them to score every time, but I certainly expect them to score every other time.
Okay. So now can I read
these guys?
Can I read my tweet from John?
No.
Because it fits into what if you
All right, go ahead.
If you hadn't bull in a china shopped me, you might have been able to respond with your thoughts because John, I think, encapsulates at least how I felt about the game, and I was hoping maybe you did as well.
All right, let me hear.
I wasn't surprised the offense played well, John writes. But I was surprised how consistently well they played. I thought there would come a time where the Cowboys defense was done. Wait, does he mean the Packers defense? The Packers defense.
Oh, boy.
I thought there would come a time where the defense was done getting stops and a couple of 3-and-outs by the offense would make things hairy. It never happened. I agree. When it was 27-7, I thought the Cowboys would come out and score to start the second half. I think they settled for a field goal. And then it was going to get to be like a 10-point game, and the Packers would have to make sure that they kept the distance up. I did not have 48-16 on my bingo card, and no one else did either. They were dominant from start to finish. I mean, the only time they didn't score, basically, was when they decided we need to run the clock as much as we can. And then they put Sean Clifford in.
I think one time before the half, and then Sean Clifford. So, yeah, it obviously was just a flawless game plan, executed at an incredibly high level. But I'm not shocked. I'm just not surprised. 48's a lot. Don't get me wrong. I'm not arguing.
How many times were you on teams that scored 48? With all the great offenses you were part of. That's a lot of points.
Yeah,
not shocked.
I'm shocked. I was shocked that our defense gave us 14 and that our defense was that good. That's the shocking part of yesterday. I just don't think anyone's shocked that Jordan Love in this offense scored a bunch of points. 48, yes, but in reality, it was 34. That's how I look at it. You can look at it however you want.
You can look at it however you want. Let's get to the calls. 844-770-3776. Oh, Canada. We start. Did he call before the show started, Jesse?
As the intro was playing before we got to the opening montage, the phone rang for Ricardo in Canada.
And I want to know if this is him that tweeted us. I don't know if it's him going out and without any shoes on in the snow to plant his Packers flag, or that's just some video that he found. But Ricardo in Canada, starts us off. Ricardo, good morning, my friend.
Good morning, good morning. What did I tell you last week? I told you all on a Monday. We ain't no one's underdog. We're beating Dallas, and we're booking her and see you on San Francisco. I told the world, everybody called me crazy, that crazy guy from Canada. Well, guess what? How you like me now, okay? First, so a few points. Defensively, dogs. Hunting dogs. And I'm just going to put it. Is playoff Joe Barry a thing now? Because every time there's an elimination game, this dude's pulling out. So is this a thing? Like, can this be happening? Can this be happening? Also, Jair Alexander, his new nickname is not John Money. His new nickname is Seabiscuit because he only plays well when he has a matchup that he wants. When he has a heavyweight fight, this man comes out to play. And it's just like in the movie. I'm telling you, CeeDee Lamb looked like a little schoolboy. The way especially after the first play, when he pushed him in the back, and you know what we all called him. It starts with a B word. And CeeDee Lamb just took it like a little and just walked away. I'm like, oh, man, he's a bully today. I love it. Bring that energy. Offensively, oh, my God, Jordan Love is him, and Gutekunst is becoming Nick Fury, and he's assembling the Avengers. I'm telling you. Who do you stop on this team? You got Aaron Jones. You got Musgrave. You got 4 or 5 wide receivers. And Christian Watson is on one leg. Even on one leg, he was clearing out 3 or 4 DBs because they were petrified of the guy's speed. Guys, we haven't seen this since 2011. It's happening. We're assembling the Avengers team. This offense is clicking on all cylinders. Jordan Love's last touchdown pass, it made me look like it was like a movie. He was probably in the huddle like, hey, guys, watch it. Someone dared me to throw the ball between 3 guys and score a touchdown. All right, bet. Watch this. Pow. Flick of the wrist. It was incredible. Like, are we kidding me? Guys, this is amazing. We're going to San Francisco. We're exercising our demons because they haven't seen this Green Bay yet. And then we're going to Detroit and beat them too. Let's go, boys. I'm feeling it today. Woo!
That is quite the exit. Thanks for the call, Ricardo.
Wow.
I didn't know who's the head of the Avengers. I didn't know. I'm glad he clarified who that was. Hall?
I'm being told Nick Fury. Is that what he said?
Nick Fury is Samuel L. Jackson's character. You've seen the movie.
Yeah, I would not have known that. Yeah, I'm not an Avengers guy, not a Marvel guy. I don't know what you can argue with what Ricardo said there. The Jordan Love part of this, he's so in control. His accuracy is so on point, but it's his decision-making and knowing where he's going. He knew on that all-out blitz. He got them to show that they were all-out blitzing. He knew the coverage, and he bided his time, but that's not even the most beautiful part of that play. The most beautiful part is number 14 comes in unblocked, and arms up in the air. He has the presence to pause, so he gets him up, and he throws around him over the top to Dontavian Wicks perfectly in the end zone.
Yeah.
That is not a rookie quarterback. That's a fourth-year quarterback that's got it. That was so blanket impressive. The C, understand it, and execute it? Huh. It was a thing of beauty. It was a piece of art, is what Jordan Love did.
Hang it in the Louvre. 844-770-3776. I will just say this. He completed 16 passes yesterday. I don't know what percentage of them were wow throws, but there were a hell of a lot. And look, it's my job to accurately depict what I see. And when I once was saying about this quarterback that I didn't see enough wow throws, it was the truth. And if you gave Goody and LaFleur lie detector tests, they would say the same thing. That is dead. Every time he drops back now, there is a possibility of a wow throw. He is a completely different player than he was during the summer of 2020 and 2021. Hell, he might be a different player than he was when they played the Minnesota Vikings on October 29th. Tausch, before we get to more calls.
He might be. No, he is.
Well,
no
I guess I'm not sure if he could have done this sooner had they taken a different approach, is what I'm saying. Right? Yeah. If they hadn't coddled him. That's all. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt on that. My point is that how do you explain everything that has changed with him, because you didn't see many practices, but the ones you did, we all had doubts. And now, is there anyone on the planet left with a doubt about this guy?
No.
There shouldn't be.
Not. Anybody that is, they're not, they're haters. If you can't watch what we've seen and not think that, wow, he's the real deal. So you didn't need to coronate him early because they're, as you just put it, people up there weren't coronating him. The people that know exactly what's going on. What he's done has been a testament to him.
Yes.
To his work, to his preparation, and now his talent is showcasing itself. But this isn't me being the former offensive lineman homer for the O-line. His offensive line getting better, getting healthier, Elton Jenkins being a dog again.
Yeah.
The reason that he is confident back there, and if you look at yesterday, he's patting that ball, bounding on his feet, and he had all day to throw on the road in a playoff atmosphere. Everybody screaming. Everything is difficult offensive line-wise, and there wasn't any problems.
Yep.
And that allows him to do the play action and have all that open space to throw. And then it allows him to make the unbelievable play to Dontavian Wicks where he does everything right.
Yeah.
They're not asking him to be Superman. He is just asked to be, and he's not trying to be. He's doing it when he has to. And I always said back in the old days when the offense would struggle, it was too many of those kind of plays. You're not taking what's given to you. Jordan Love is taking what's given to him. He's making his reads. He's doing it. And then when it's not there, when you have to do something special, he's showing he can. And he's doing it consistently. And that's why the Green Bay Packers are legitimate Super Bowl contenders at this point, which is crazy to say, but tell me I'm wrong, because they are.
844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. More of your calls
Jason,
next.
You agree with me on this before you go to break, and I know we're up against it. Let me ponder this question to you. Is this Saturday night at 8 o'clock on, I think, the big NBC, not Peacock, is this the NFC Championship game? We'll get Jason a minute to think about it. We'll be back in 4 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin Sports. Catch up on anything you missed on the Varsity Podcast on Wisconsin On Demand. Brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Honda, shop local, part of the Madison community since 1973.
Smoking hot deals just keep coming with quick hot savings from Quick Trip. And right now we're cooling off with $2.99 a gallon Nature's Touch milk. All 1 gallon, 2%, 1%, and skim Nature's Touch milk, just $2.99. Hey, looking to make that perfect movie night milkshake? Or how about making those morning waffles extra fluffy? Our fresh, straight from our dairy Nature's Touch milk is on sale and ready for your fridge. Quick hot savings from Quick Trip. Yeah, we're here to save you some moolah.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Portis, and I love playing basketball in Milwaukee. When I drive down the lane, I move fast and make sudden moves to drive to the hoop and score. But when I'm behind the wheel in the driving lane, I control my drive. I don't speed or make sudden movements. Speeding and reckless driving are the leading causes of traffic injuries and deaths in Wisconsin. Do what I do. Control your drive. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Wisconsin DOT.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him. to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Are you looking for a fast-paced job in a fun and exciting work environment? Look no further than Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. We offer a wide range of job and shift availability in both part-time and full-time positions. Competitive wages and great benefits await you at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Visit us in person or check out our website to see all of our job openings. Make work fun and apply for a job at Madison's only casino.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey, Fleet Rewards members, save 10% now through Wednesday at Fleet Farm. No rebates, no waiting, no mail-in forms or receipts. The added 10% savings coupon is for all Fleet Rewards members, in-store and online. Not a member? Sign up in minutes to get your additional discount. Forget stamps or waiting for rebates. Enjoy 10% savings now through the 17th. And thanks for shopping Fleet Farm. Some restrictions apply.
Watch every ESPN Madison show live every day. Subscribe to ESPN Madison on YouTube for live video of every show and exclusive content. Just search ESPN Madison.
I saw love sitting there on the shelf, knowing he'd be just as good as 12. The pack's been playing strong.
I want to let this keep playing, so. And I wanted to talk over the high note.
Because of this team duty, and I could tell it wouldn't be long because of this team. Yeah, Reed singing Jordan Love Super Bowl.
This is that was the part I wanted to get to. Jordan Love Super Bowl. And if you're being honest.
Oh, 3 tutters. How many, Jesse, just for clarity's sake, how many tutters did J Love have yesterday?
That was 3.
Oh, interesting.
Why did you walk back your Super Bowl line, Mr. Confidence, then?
Saturday night is everything. Saturday night's everything. So, because I don't want to be a blowhard. Oh, no. I want to believe what I tell you. No, not being a blowhard. I thought they'd beat Dallas. And if you listen to the rest, I said they're going to beat Dallas. San Francisco, I think Green Bay has a really good shot of beating them. San Fran is on high alert now. What they saw, what they saw yesterday is, whether or not Green Bay can do it again, I do not believe that our offense will be as flawless against that defense. But let's not act like San Francisco's defense. They've given up stuff this year. I know we'll have all week to get to that, so I'm not going to break that all down now.
Yep.
But this isn't – San Fran has playmakers all over the place on defense, and they're better, much better than Dallas, but they are not the 85 Bears, people. Let's not act like they are. Just want to make sure I get that out there.
Okay.
So, Jason, I teased that question to you before we get back to callers. You're going to join my club that Saturday night on Peacock and on NBC, I believe.
It's on Fox.
Jeez. No. I'm off a little bit. I can't get over that Peacock bit and how we will discuss
that really
later
bothered
this week.
you.
Yeah, because it's not the okay. I'll get to that later. Don't egg me on. Stop egging me on. Is Saturday night on Fox/Peacock? Is Saturday night the NFC Championship game in your opinion?
It's not.
Okay.
No, because
Okay.
I agree that whoever wins it, I love their chances of then winning the NFC Championship game. But man, we have to. We can. I know that your brand has become getting ahead of your skis. I know that's been part.
Reasoned analysis is my brand. Reasoned analysis.
And hatred of Peacock. But I don't. They have to go on the road again if they beat the 49ers, which is not. And if it's in Philly. Philly has had its swoon, right? The Packers had a swoon. It depends. You have to be playing your best football at the right time. And maybe tonight Philadelphia gets everything fixed, right? And then they go into Detroit and beat Detroit. Or the Packers go to Detroit. That atmosphere yesterday in Detroit, people are really excited there. I'm not willing to write them off either. So
People were really excited in Dallas yesterday too.
No doubts. Not as excited today, including their owner and their head coach.
Jesse, Jason disagrees with me. What say you?
I still would not count out Philadelphia as the reigning NFC champions who have
Not
stumbled, but not whack.
Philadelphia ain't even going to be here tomorrow.
And being the Detroit aficionado that I am, knowing how hyped that entire city was yesterday and knowing they get another home playoff game and that they would get a third home playoff game for a trip to the Super Bowl against a division rival if the Packers were to go there, that feels like it'd be a tough atmosphere to go to and win again also. So, no, I would not say that the Packers-49ers game is the NFC Championship. No.
Poll it. I want to poll it. I want to see if Packer fans are as confident as I am.
We'll get. I'll even do it for you from my account, just for you.
Oh, the big
wow.
Oh, BBA.
Mark Tauscher says Packers 49ers is the NFC Championship game. Do you agree with old T?
Can
yes
you
or no?
Can you believe?
You're going to get like
we're
85% of the vote, by the way.
On January 15th.
Having this conversation.
With the rebuilding Green Bay Packers.
Which you
all
admit
the salary
was rebuilding.
100%. I've said rebuild the whole year. I didn't run from it.
I just wanted to confirm.
The fact that we're sitting here in this spot, Jesse's talking about having a permagrin on yesterday. How on earth can we not permagrin the heck out of what we're seeing? October was some of the worst football we've ever seen in Green Bay. No, it's just bad ball. And now we're sitting here, and I'm legitimately saying, not homering and pie-in-the-skying it, that if you can find a way to beat a really good San Fran team on the road, that you're going to be odds-on favorite to be going to the NFL Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
The NFL Super Bowl.
And you're not crazy. You're not crazy. Well, I think there's some things around saying different words. The big game.
Only in a commercial.
It is crazy that
say
we're sitting in
Super
this
Bowl.
position. I don't think
have to
you
say
can.
big game. Yes, we can use the word Super Bowl when we're talking
I'm
about
not sure. I'll check with
Super Bowl.
I'm going to check with some people. I'll check with some people. But can you believe that we're in this position where all we said all year, all offseason, everything was, man, I just want to see if Jordan Love can play. Well, answer is
I
there.
can't believe that. Yeah,
And
I can't
now
believe
we're
it.
sitting here with a pseudo NFC. It's maybe I might be putting Detroit down a little bit, but I just think Green Bay's better than them. I think we've proven that. This
Except for
game
that one
Saturday
time.
night is everything for a chance to be going to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Big
So be
game,
sure to
whatever
sign
it
up
is.
for Peacock.
It's crazy.
So now, when you tell us about
You guys
American
will be
Family,
laughing when you're doing when every playoff game is pay-per-view. You'll be laughing because we didn't fight against Peacock.
23 million.
I agree with you.
That's what's going to happen.
I
But
agree
nobody
with
can.
you.
Oh,
I'm not
just
disagreeing with
spend
you.
the $5 on Peacock.
No.
Y'all don't understand that this is
Yeah.
this is a
Okay.
this is a gateway drug to pay-per-view football. That's what this is. And everybody's chuckling. Oh, this is cute. Because it's a gateway drug.
You also get old episodes of Psych.
Law and Order, Criminal Intent.
All the Law and Orders, yeah.
All right, now, no, first of all, I agree with you on the Peacock thing.
Gateway drug.
I just find
Peacock gateway drug.
Okay, I thought you said you weren't going to do this.
The Ted prequel series.
I didn't want to. You guys keep bringing it up. I didn't want to do it.
You're the one who put the game on Peacock when it's not. Now, tell us about American
Sunday at 2.
Tell us about American Family Insurance. Do not refer to the Super Bowl within this, because that would be the violation that would be occurring.
I will not do that. Although a lot of big games, and Wisconsin just keeps winning them in hoops. And American Family Insurance wants to give you a VIP experience at one of those games coming up. You and a friend. Pre-game sideline or courtside passes. Tour of the facility. Tons of merch to support your Wisconsin Badgers. Enter today at amfam.com/Badgers. No purchase is necessary. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
We have full phone lines. I would like to get to all of them and more.
Yeah, we should have.
Or should review more Peacock shows.
Night Court. Punky Brewster.
How has Cheers not had a remake? Cheers should have a remake.
Your calls. Would you buy Peacock if you got all of Cheers episodes and a new remake of it? No, don't answer. I want to get to calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Like, share, and follow ESPN Madison everywhere. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for more great content from ESPN Madison. This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because our home policies help protect your dreams and come with peace of mind. Save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Wisconsin football star cornerback Ricardo Holman announced on X Wednesday that he'll be back for his junior season in 2024. Holman put himself on the map, leading the way for not only the Wisconsin defense, but the entire country with 7 interceptions in 2023. Holman also notched career highs with 34 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 12 pass deflections. Shortly after Holman's announcement Wednesday, legendary Alabama head coach Nick Saban retired. Alabama is Wisconsin's third opponent next year. Coincidence?
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
When you want to show just how you feel, come to Chalmers Jewelers. Our custom jewelers have been working day and night to come up with the most amazing custom jewelry. Truthfully, in the 30 years I've been in business, we have the largest inventory of custom jewelry that we have ever had. Amazing prices, amazing selection, and one-of-a-kind pieces. Come see our incredible variety at either location or chalmersjewelers.com.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Zimbrick Chevrolet.
When was the last time you had your oil changed or your tires rotated? Do you need new tires, a battery, perhaps some windshield wipers? Zimbrick Chevrolet Service Center is equipped to help you with routine maintenance, major repairs, and everything in between. Get your free battery inspection coupon and schedule an appointment today at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Don't overpay. Shop Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie.
Main Street, Sun Prairie, Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Happy New Year and happy new engagement. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. You have heard me talk about corporate, fundraising, and even casino events, but we are also amazing wedding DJs. Never cheesy and always the perfect fit for the perfect couple. Please let us help you narrate your wedding day love story while playing an amazing soundtrack that will rock your dance floor. Create lifelong memories of your one special day. Do it right and do it with celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I remember the nights when we were young, dumb, and wild and free. When I closed my eyes, I could see you in my sweatshirt. Dancing around that college bar. These days I don't know where you are, but I get to keep these memories forever.
Let's get to your calls before we get into another discussion of where NFL game consumption is trending. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Let's begin with D in D.C., if I'm reading that correctly. D, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Jason. Good morning, Tausch. Congratulations to Packer Nation. To LaFleur and the boys. This may be the proudest I've been of the Pack since the Super Bowl, I think, but maybe it's just fresh, and I'm excited to get the privilege to watch them play another week. I want to share a quick story from last night, and then I was just going to share with you what I thought was most shocking about last night's game. So you hear people say, you know, I called this, or I said this would happen, especially today. You're going to hear a lot about that. But never in my life have I personally witnessed it. So we just scored last night to make it 20-0, and we kicked off. And my brother-in-law, who isn't a Packers fan but is vulnerable to conversion, I think, he's standing in my kitchen. He's standing in my kitchen drinking all my good bourbon. And I remember saying, man, we just gotta hold these guys to 3 here since they get the ball at half. And Dak is breaking from the huddle, and my brother-in-law goes, why not just a pick six? And then Darnell does what he does, and I jumped into my brother-in-law's arms like I was Farvey jumping into Frank Winters, and I just couldn't believe it. I've never witnessed that in my life. So he's coming over next Saturday night again because we got to keep things the same. You know, chili with some cinnamon rolls, and everything's going to be the same.
Chili with some cinnamon rolls?
You don't use noodles with your chili, do you? Are you a spicy bean guy?
No.
What's your chili recipe?
You got to ask my wife. She does it. The cinnamon roll thing is something that we started a while ago.
Put her on the phone.
She's outside. Actually, we got a dusting of about a half an inch of snow last night in D.C. So the kids are out.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm about.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm a pretty optimistic Packers fan, but I think I did not expect the shellacking that we put on Dallas last night. I think, to me, what was most shocking, guys, was we scored 6 offensive touchdowns, and Watson and Reed combined for 1 catch and 9 yards.
Yes.
I wouldn't have expected that. Right, I would have expected those guys to have contributed more. And I thought Romeo, he's always been more than capable to do what he did, but I just expected 48 points. I would have seen 100 yards from Reed, or 50 to 100 yards from those guys. So Interested on your thoughts on that.
I think that is, first of all, it's an outstanding question, D. Enjoy the heavy snowfall that you received in D.C. as compared to what we've got here.
Chili and cinnamon rolls. You don't hear that combo a ton.
You don't
hear about that combo.
You don't. I fought the urge to ask him how he feels about Peacock. Tausch, when you look at what they were able to do offensively with Christian Watson had, what, one catch?
Yeah.
Jaden Reed, your leading receiver for the season, 3 targets, 0 catches. Bo Melton, who had one of the 100-yard games recently, 1 catch for 7 yards. Even my guy,
shut Bo Melton down if you're gonna. Yeah, Dallas knew shut down Bo,
and you'll still lose.
Forgot about Dobbsy.
And then Dontavion.
And Jason,
they gave up 48.
Yeah, the part of this that I thought was such a stark contrast, and watching these two teams play, because Greg Olsen and Burkhardt, who did a great job, I thought they were great yesterday. A lot of wanting the Cowboys to come back and kind of pushing that narrative, but they want to put a good TV show on, so I'm not mad at them. The fact that they were on that CeeDee Lamb and Dak, I guess, why are they not talking? And Mike goes over to CD. That number one wideout thing that we always want. I still want one of the Packers wideouts to emerge, but the ensemble piece of this, it's not going to be like this forever. Egos and money will start to get in the way, and that's why this is so wholesome.
Special.
And so Friends-esque. Why we brought that up last week, because the ensemble cast, it's a rare thing. And when you can have Jaden Reed, who is your best wideout, at least according to how the season played out, with nothing, and your Madden cover guy, speed, high pick, big-time playmaker with 1, and your offense is that good because it's so multiple, that's special, man. That's special. And that's, I think, a great call because it reminds you that that's how that played out yesterday.
Yeah. Also points out that Matt LaFleur might know what he's doing as well. Pretty good football coach, it would appear. All right. I want to start the 10 o'clock hour and just start plowing through calls, like Big Linda plowing through the snow in Sun Prairie and Madison. 844-770-3776. If you're on hold, stay there. We'll get to you next. We've got a couple of spots open again. 844-770-3776. Your calls to kick things off in the 10 o'clock hour in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Here in Wisconsin, we love our sports year-round, right down to the Packers games and the Lambeau snow. If you want to show your love for the green and gold every day, you got it with Associated Bank's exclusive Packers checking account. A one-of-a-kind debit card, a 10% discount at the Packers Pro Shop, plus everything you'll score as an Associated Bank customer. Best of all, you'll get a banking partner based right here in the Midwest. Visit AssociatedBank.com/Packers to get started today. You've got this with Associated Bank. Member FDIC.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Green Bay Packers are the first team in NFL history to win a playoff game as a 7 seed. The Packers dominate Mike McCarthy's Dallas Cowboys, 48-32 the final score at AT&T Stadium yesterday. Jordan Love, 16 of 21, 272 yards passing, 3 touchdown passes. Aaron Jones on the ground, 21 carries, 118 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
There is a different energy about our team. It's so much fun to come to work with these guys every day. And these guys, the way they compete and push each other, and I'm just happy for those guys.
So much to celebrate, so much to react to on a Victory Monday all day long on ESPN Wisconsin. Wilde and Tausch continues next. Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Kyle Bruston Nortman 2 to 4. Rutledge and Hamilton 4 to 6. Right here all day on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Give it up to everybody in this room. First 7th seed in the history of the NFL to win a playoff game. Touchdown, Green Bay on the opening drive. How about Aaron Jones with 3 tugs today? Touchdown. Third today for Aaron Jones. Whoever this Romeo Dobbs guy was. Zips it in there. It's called for the touchdown, Romeo Dobbs. John Money setting it off with a pick. Hooks, and it's intercepted. Jair Alexander. Sam with a pick six. It's going to be picked off, and no one in front of him. Darnell Savage. Musgrave stayed on his feet. It's going to be caught by Musgrave. Racing towards the end zone. He is in. Touchdown, Green Bay.
On a personal basis, I'm forward. Not that there's any world's smallest violin for me.
This guy finished with the highest QB rating in Packer history at 157. And the route is on in Dallas. Wow.
48-32. Tausch saw it coming along all along. Unbelievable. It was 48-16. Mike McCarthy getting fired today?
Probably not today, but probably middle of the week.
Probably right. It is the 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. We get to your calls.
For the record, I didn't see a 16-point win. I saw us putting up a lot of points. I did not see our defense playing to that degree. I did.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying. The poll question, today's Wilde and Tausch poll. Mark Tauscher says that Saturday night's Packers-49ers game is the NFC Championship game. Do you agree with old T that the winner is Super Bowl bound?
Great poll.
Yep. Agree with old T? No. Over his skis again.
It's been that kind of year. It's been a very slow season.
Pendulum.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs. Mostly ups.
A lot of ups.
Some dark valleys.
Some big ups.
But mostly ups.
All right, let's go with the calls. 844-770-3776. Let's start with Patrick in Minneapolis. Patrick, thanks for holding on. Good morning. How you doing?
Doing well. Roll out the barrel. We'll have a barrel of fun, fellas.
A lot of fun.
This is, wow, what fun it is to watch this team do what they do with house money. At this rate, Tausch, you think we're going to get kicked out, banned from the casino?
Well, we are like those kids from MIT right now. It seems like Matt LaFleur,
You're counting
he's
cards?
counting cards, and what he's doing is winning lots of cash, so let's keep it rolling.
Patrick, you're on board with the house money, right? You believe that they're playing freely with that.
I'm just trying to poke the bear that is you in this situation. But, no, I'm on board with the house money, the analogies. Keep them coming, Tausch. Let's get some truffles up in here.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, bring the house. Two quick negatives. One, the peacockification of sports TV. I mean, come on, but we'll save that for another day.
Thanks for bringing it up.
And though I don't like to engage in schadenfreude as a regular practice, I would have loved to see more shots of Jerry squirming in his box seat, but that's just me. Rolling with the positives, excellent game plan, excellent execution in every phase. And from the very beginning, getting out to a fast start, finishing drives, going 4 for 4 in the red zone, and for the most part, keeping the foot on the gas. I know there's, some discomfort with getting it within 16 at the end there. But I think, more so than anything, the composure that I saw. They had an all-game-long lead, but they played smart and not scared. They dictated the terms, the tempo, and really played like an experienced team that had actually been there before, as opposed to the youngest team in the league. And then I'll just close with the balanced attack all around. Both sides of the ball, offense helping the D, defense helping the O. And then within the offense, the run game that opens up the passing game and vice versa. I mean, I almost feel bad for defenses now. It's like playing whack-a-mole. Different guys keep popping up. Bo Melton pops, and then the next week it's Reed, and then it's Dobbs, and you got Aaron Jones, of course. So everyone's doing their part. And selflessly, and burying the lead. I think, Tausch, this is to your point on air last night, it all starts with the big guys up front. Let's not underestimate or underappreciate what those guys are doing and how that makes everything click. So, today may be MLK Victory Monday, but maybe tomorrow ought to be Offensive Line Appreciation Day.
Oh, every day around here is Offensive Line Appreciation Day. Come on.
Great call. Great call. I think you hit on all the big points. The fact that Green Bay took the bull by the horns right away, went against the analytics again, as they did in Detroit, to set a tone for, obviously, to put pressure on Dallas, which worked beautifully. But it almost is more so just to tell your guys again, hey, man, I believe in what we're doing. This is the strength of our football team. Jordan Love, offensive line, this offense is the strength of our team, and we want to exhibit it right away, and we're going to go execute right away, and we ain't going to stop all blanking day. We are going to be in your face, and we are going to be relentless. And that's what they did. Thing of beauty.
Let's keep going with the calls. 844-770-3776. Let's go to Mike in Pewaukee. Mike, happy Victory Monday. How you doing?
I am great. Good to hear from you guys this morning. Mark, I think you really would appreciate this. You know, the real reason the Packers won is because I had a 3-team round robin and the money line, so I'm the real reason.
Was it with house money, though?
Kudos to you. I hope you're on PrizePicks. Hey, I hope you're prize picking, too. Come on now.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Use that promo code WI. Let's get going. All right.
Jeez, would you just let him talk?
Right. I'm sorry. It's a little small place in the Caribbean.
He brought it up,
so,
not me. Just for the record. He brought it up, not me.
All right,
and
Mike, just ignore him. Just go.
The game. Okay. My most fun in the game actually was sitting there in AT&T Stadium again, hearing "Go Pack Go." Can't appreciate that anymore. And then my negative is: do you really think Brian Gutekunst might have just fired Mike McCarthy twice?
I think Mark Murphy is going to end up getting him twice, which, for all of us that love Big Mike, Little Mike, whatever Mike. That part sucks, but, hey, this is a big boy business. He knows it. He knew when he went down there that playoff football was going to be what it was. And as he said after the game, they picked a bad game to be bad. Dak Prescott's not a playoff big-time quarterback. He's just not.
No.
And Matt LaFleur ate their lunch yesterday. The game plan, but let's not kid ourselves. The talent as well. This young talent's just better than what Dallas has. That was evident yesterday, pretty much from the jump.
And I was saying this to someone last. I think it was to Gabe and Homer. It doesn't have to be one thing. It can be all these things. It can be that all these young pass catchers were really good draft picks. That Matt LaFleur really does know how to scheme up an offense. There's a little part of me that would have liked to have seen Aaron Rodgers with his broken thumb say, okay, Matt, let's just run what you want to run and see what happens. That's how good they have looked. There are guys running around wide open all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That was the whole idea of hiring this guy. You can give credit, deservedly so, to the quarterback who's playing awesome. It can be all those things. My one point last night that I was trying to make to those guys, though, is that at 2-5, sports books had Matt LaFleur as the next guy getting fired after Josh McDaniels. And it's not like he became an idiot. He just had to figure out how to make it work with all these young guys. And he did. And now they're all playing lights out. I just want him to get some credit because he got a lot.
He's getting credit.
He got a lot. He got a lot of the brunt, and deservedly so, for not figuring it out in October. But he figured it out.
Exactly. He has figured it out in a monster way, and I have been showering him with praise since November. But there's two parts to the season, and he deserves because this is a marathon. But with what we do, we analyze week to week. We analyze play to play. That's how this thing works. And you better be able to handle the shrapnel that comes because it's going to come. And he did handle it, and now look at what's going on. It's a thing of beauty.
Let's get to one more call before the break, and then we'll continue with the calls. 844-770-3776. Let's go to Kamal in Madison. Kamal, thanks for holding on and waiting for us. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so a lot to say here. So I'm rethinking the whole house money thing. I think that's probably a good thing because I was watching the game thinking like, okay, if we lose, it's okay. But I don't think what I feel is that the players shouldn't have that house money attitude because that's a loser's attitude. I think if you polled any of the players, I don't think they would say they're playing with house money. I think they think that they're a Super Bowl contending team and they're gonna make it. So. That's one thing. The second thing is I don't think we're a great team or great offense like we saw last night or yesterday. If it wasn't for Aaron Jones, I think I think the reason we had that slump is because he was playing. He was hurt, and A.J. Dillon is just not that guy. And the last thing I want to say is, I noticed that there's B Love on the back of the helmets. And so I thought that was kind of cool.
I saw that. I saw that was on the back of Dak Prescott's helmet, and I'm guessing lots of the Cowboys would have liked him to be loved yesterday because what he was not good enough.
Good one.
Thank you.
Well,
I didn't see that.
So I think that the prediction here is that the NFC Championship game is going to be Green Bay and Detroit, and it's going to be the turkey leg. It's going to be the turkey leg.
He can get what he missed on Thanksgiving. I love it, Kamal. I noticed, and thanks for the call, Kamal. I noticed that Burkhart and Olsen were trying to take credit for spurring this team on because they snubbed him on the turkey leg on Thanksgiving. I know they were kidding. But, look, starting with that, they use the same concept against the Lions on Thanksgiving that they used yesterday, right? We're going to set the tone. We're going to win the toss. We're going to take the ball. We're going to shove it up there, you-know-who, and then off we go. And that's exactly what they did. They set the tone from the beginning. I would say this, Tausch, because I was pro-house money with you. I just think they look like a group that is playing so freely and not nervously. They're not shrinking in the moment. And to me, part of that is they're young guys who weren't supposed to be here, and so they're not saying, "Oh my God, we're in a playoff game," and puckering up. They're not doing that, and that's to me what house money means. It doesn't mean that you don't want to win. It means that you're not scared. That you're not worried about not being able to make your mortgage payment because you're gambling some money that you can't afford to lose.
So the whole point of house money is the mentality of it. It's not, and Kamal I think was trying to say, well, the guys don't care if they win or lose. Well, that never is part of the deal. The week will start off. You celebrate, you watch the film, and it's all about mentality. It's all about how you view things. And it's more about how the outside world, with all this noise, with radio and internet shows and digi-onlys and get-ups and all this other stuff, you let all that be with the house money attitude. You don't want to play tight. You don't want to look like Dallas did. You don't want that. The great teams take it on and do it. The young teams that are allowed to still have this house money mentality is nobody has any expectations for us. Let's utilize that, because I promise you, this is it. The Packers are not going to have any more house money. They're going to be playing with their bankroll and trying to figure out how to win as favorites moving forward, because this has elevated them, and I said it last week, this elevated them. They will be one of the favorites in the NFC next year. Book it, believe that. So the house money mentality is what we saw yesterday. No 7 seed has ever won. No 7 seeds ever even come close to winning.
Right.
Oh, the mighty Dallas Cowboys. Oh, we can't compete with them. Oh, every screen, NFL Game Day, ESPN, at Fox, Peacock, NBC, Paramount Plus, Netflix, every blanket subservice. They all had the Cowboys. Stars across the board. Let them have it. That's house mentality. That's the house money mentality. Great. We'll shove it up your blanks. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Keyshawn Nixon and these guys thinking they can't win. You don't think I know they think they can win? Of course they do. A lot of times you're delusional about thinking you can win. This team believes it, and they have the house money mentality. There ain't anything better than that. Now let it rip, because San Fran, they're going to say all the right things, but you know that they're thinking, well, we better put our big boy boots on, because this team, they just lit up supposedly our biggest rival that was going to be in our way, our impediment. They know, and if it go back to my old ruling, which I don't know why the NFL doesn't take, San Francisco would pick the winner of tonight's game to come out to San Francisco. They would not take the Green Bay Packers if the Tauscher rule was in play, and the great TV drama that would unfold tonight, which would be so smart by this team, by this league, it would be a thing of beauty, and they would steer clear out of G&G.
I'm not sure how you knew that everybody on Peacock picked against the Packers, since you don't have it, but be that as it may, Jesse took his Coors Light outside and put it in a snowbank while he was mowing. Did you try that while you were spending your weekend getting ready for football and not watching Peacock?
No, my lawnmower wouldn't start. It was the weirdest thing. Coors Light brewed the 3-step cold process. Cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it's made to chill. Born in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado in 1978, Coors Light is refreshing, it is crisp, and it's only 102 calories. That's why it is Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Jason, would you say that if in your neighborhood someone that has a snowblower doesn't help you if you don't have one, or if you're out and about doing it, is it a bad neighborhood if someone in your neighborhood doesn't volunteer to help on a monster, not little baby snowfalls, but these monsters? If you don't have somebody that's helping, you don't live in a good neighborhood. Is that a fair assessment?
We'll get some more of your calls. This is an outstanding topic.
Are you saying like one of those ATVs that
Jesse?
comes around, or are you saying like just the good
No,
old
like
Aaron's
an Aaron's
snow
like monster
snow thrower, big snow blower. If you have it, you want to show it off. And if you're in the neighborhood and you have one, I'd be using that thing on every neighbor.
Unless.
And if you don't, I don't think your neighborhood's worth a lick.
Unless you're me and you treat it like Cameron's dad's Ferrari and you leave it in the garage and just shovel multiple times. But that's another story for another day as well, as much as I love my Aaron snow thrower. 844-770-3776. More of your calls. Just got a text from my buddy Aaron. Watching Tausch get fired up is purely joyous entertainment. That's what you miss when you don't watch it on
You
video.
are welcome.
Thanks for the text, Aaron. More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
PrizePicks, the most fun I've had, winning up to 25x on my money during the football season, and now I get to play during the basketball season as well. You get to select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and you just place an entry. Pretty simple. And now you get to pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. So for me, I'm going to go Jordan Love, and then I'll go Giannis and Dalla Dame. If I want to go 3-pointers made, rushing touchdowns, can do it. PrizePicks is that simple to play. Testing my skills on PrizePicks this season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what makes PrizePicks the #1 daily fantasy sports app.
Go to prizepicks.com/WI and use code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/WI, code WI.
Every Thursday this football season, huddle up for the Great Dane Huddle, live from the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. Join me and former Badgers Tarek Saleh and Derek Engler this Thursday for the Great Dane Huddle, live from the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company in Fitchburg. We're reacting to all the coaching changes and everything from the opening weekend of the playoffs. This Thursday, it's the Great Dane Huddle, beginning at 6 o'clock on 100.5 ESPN.
The Great Dane Huddle with Alex Strofe, Tarek Saleh, and Derek Engler. Thursdays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Even when the weather outside is frightful, your energy bill could be much more delightful. Replacing drafty windows and doors can dramatically lower your energy costs. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin's energy-efficient windows keep the cold outside where it belongs. You'll help kick the January blues when you choose to book by the 31st for 0% interest up to 36 months. You heard that right. No interest for up to 36 months if you book by January 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Jim Rutledge here. If I sound lighter and fitter than I ever have sounded before, that's thanks to Carbon World Health. I had hit a wall in my efforts to lose weight while maintaining muscle. Then Dr. Ness Rodriguez introduced me to semaglutide, and I've dropped over 20 pounds in weight, and I have my body fat percentage at 10%. Semaglutide is the game-changing weight loss treatment you've seen all over social media, and it's available to you at Carbon World Health. It's FDA approved and will burn fat, not muscle. Go to carbonworldhealth.com today to set up a consultation.
Madison Computer Works knows using computers is more dangerous than ever. Scammers try to scare you and steal your information or money. Emails try to phish your login and password. Online pop-ups and messages try to trick you, telling you there's something wrong with your computer even when there's not. Madison Computer Works can protect you from these threats. Our computer care plans help stop the scammers and fix your computer problems. Call 608-231-8000 for the computer support you deserve. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen, UW-Madison class of 2002. Join me, Michelle Smallman, and Super Bowl champion Chris Canty every weekday morning from 5 to 9, right here on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand on Wisconsin.
More of your calls. Starting now. Jesse, are we full again?
We have full phone lines. What is going on with Tausch's camera angle? It looks like you're on an angle like an action movie.
Yeah, there's some sort of, I don't know if that's his laptop or what. This has been the case for multiple days, and I've just stopped being that guy. It's still,
There,
it
how's
looks
that?
like, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your left hand and wave at the camera, and then extend it forward, and your arm disappears. You're like David Copperfield over there.
What is that?
Seriously, it looks like he's like hiding behind a wall. Now go, yeah, there you go. Yep. These are the kinds of things you miss when you don't watch us on video. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
Hey, is there FCC? Not that I would ever do this, but if I threw you the bird, is that frowned upon? Like if you say something that really irritates me and I bird you, is that frowned upon, or are we, because this is the Wild West, right? Digi only?
The FCC does not monitor YouTube
finger gestures
in its regulations.
Oh, so I can flip Jason off whenever I want. Fair?
I don't think that'd be a great look for you. I also found out
listen,
you can
I don't
swear.
want to do it.
You can swear on Mr. Irrelevant, the podcast that our friend Alex Strofe does live.
But what if it goes on? So you can't put that on our stations then?
Well, you can
right,
bleep
Jesse?
it out.
Yeah, you can bleep it just like we would bleep anything like Roger says on McAfee or whatever. Like, you know, the FCC governs the communications that are over-the-air broadcast.
How about
the
streaming?
I do
Like
not
Peacock.
entity of YouTube.
Yo, we got
How about
full
with
phone
Peacock?
lines. We're not going to break down what the FCC oversees, okay?
So if Tirico wanted to cuss on Peacock only, was he allowed to cuss? No, it's a fair question.
770-3776. He can't say it on television. This is
But
YouTube,
it's not. It's
Twitter.
streaming. Yeah, it's Peacock. Was it
Call
TV?
Mike. If you're, what do you care? You're not going to watch it anyway.
I know, but I'm just curious. Like, what's the deal? No, nothing.
Yesterday was the biggest win in Packers history since when?
I would say the Atlanta playoff game in 2010, 11, whatever calendar that would be.
And you would like to break down whether you live in a bad
No, I'm
neighborhood.
just curious.
And how...
Jesse, put it on the board as something that we're going to talk about later. I agree. I don't want to keep talking about this, but you guys bring it up. I didn't.
Do you want potty mouth Tirico on the Peacock call is what you want to know.
You brought it up. You asked if you could
No,
give me the
you
finger,
said your
and that's
camera
where it
angle.
started.
You said your camera angle's all squirrely. Look at your left hand. Look at your. I didn't bring that
It's
up.
still
You guys
disappearing.
did.
It's still disappearing.
Well, you guys brought it up. Let's get to some calls. Come on, Jason.
Let's go to John in Milwaukee. I'm so irritated with you right now. John, good morning. Thanks for holding on while Tausch talked about everything except the Packers' 48-32 win over the Cowboys. Good morning.
Good morning. Jason Wilde has said that Jordan Love is not a future Hall of Fame quarterback. Is he reassessing his opinion?
No, he's been awesome. There is no denying he's been awesome. But it's really hard to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. And let's let him play a little more of his career before I have to be on the hook for him going to Canton. Now, I would say that Homer, who was way ahead of the curve suggesting he's a Packers Hall of Famer, I think it's highly unlikely at this point that he will not be a Packers Hall of Famer. He's already shown us that he's going to be good enough to get in there because there's a lot of guys in there that weren't Pro Football Hall of Famers that are definitely more than deserving of being Packers Hall of Famers. So I'll give you the Packers Hall of Fame. I'm not sending them to Canton just yet. Fair?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That was easy
have a good
enough,
day.
huh?
Well,
That's it.
Okay. Well, I'm not used to that concise of a call. Maybe that's because I'm not that concise. Let's keep going with the calls. Before Tausch gives me the bird on video, 844-770-3776. It's Josh in Atlanta. Josh, good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning, gentlemen. How we doing?
We're great. What do you got for us, buddy?
So, it's not often that we get to see a Picasso paint or a Michelangelo sculpt or even an Aretha Franklin sing at Radio City Music Hall. But yesterday, we saw reincarnated Jordan Love playing in Dallas. And let me tell you, the one who was banging that chisel in Dallas was Aaron Jones. And that was one of the most gratifying wins. You guys say the Atlanta playoff game. I say since the Super Bowl. That team that played Atlanta had played them earlier in the year. Mm-hmm. Mike McCarthy, who I hope he doesn't lose his job, also said that when they went back to Atlanta in 2011, they thought they could beat them. This team, nobody thought anything about them. And they went down there, and not only did they take care of business, they dominated from the first snap to the last snap. It wasn't close. It was not close. So that's the positive. And I'll give you one negative, and I'll get off the phone because you guys are doing a great job. One negative.
I don't know about that.
And this is a positive towards Saturday night. If we can get 52 to hold the edge, oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This team, tell me I'm wrong. Have a great day, fellas.
You're not wrong. I mean, you're wrong about us doing a great job because we've been all over
I'm
the
a
map
little
today.
nervous about Enigbare because Kingsley's done a really nice job.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to be available.
He's clearly done for the year. The way Matt LaFleur talked in code, but it was an ACL, clearly. That's what it sounded like. So that hurts their depth there. I did think Lucas Van Ness more than showed up yesterday. That's a really good sign. Who wins, you or the guy who picked the tight end who had the lacerated kidney and had a big tutter at the end of the ball game?
Well, yeah, he was open by 25 yards, but
he doesn't get any credit for that. You're right. All right, so
we'll talk about it. We'll discuss on Friday.
To Josh's point, Aaron Jones, you know I love stories. And Aaron Jones talking last night about how his dad, who passed away in 2021, was a Cowboys fan. And he got into football because of the Cowboys. And Emmitt Smith was at the game yesterday, and he got to give Emmitt Smith a hug before the game. And then he goes out and does what he did, his fourth straight 100-yard game. 3 touchdowns. He goes down to Dallas, and he scores touchdowns. That's all he does, and runs for over 100 yards each time. Like, what a cool thing. He said he could feel his dad in the stadium. I'm just really happy for him. You know, I know how close you were with your dad. Those kinds of moments, that's really special, and I'm really happy for him. And we probably haven't talked enough about Aaron Jones today. We've been talking about a lot of things. But he was phenomenal, and he deserves a ton of credit. All right, we need to get some more of your calls.
He's a great player.
He is. And I didn't think that it would be the case that him missing all that time would benefit them. But, man, oh, man, he is as fresh as you can be late in the year.
He got them fresh legs.
You know what you should do? You should tell us about how fresh the milk is at Quick Trip since his legs are fresh. And how fresh the Quickery Bakery bread is, and how fresh the chicken is. Everything's fresh at Quick Trip.
Yeah, and yesterday we had hockey before the big game, and so we, of course, on the way back, stopped at our local Quick Trip. We got our gas. Look at that. We ended up getting chicken tendies. And Old T thought, you know what? Let's get one of those pothole pizzas, too, while we're there.
Nice.
The kids went and got their, they got their for reals like they always do. Eleanor's consistent, as Jesse just put up. The mango is always in her hat, or in her hand. Max goes with the Oreo one. So it was another day, and we made sure to grab our milk. Because if you're like me, you grew up drinking milk with just about every meal. And fresh milk from Quick Trip, that's the jam. Nature's Touch at Quick Trip right now. Count a store in 24 hours. It's just $2.99 a gallon for skim, 1% and 2% milk. And Nature's Touch milk is made right in La Crosse, Wisconsin at Quick Trip's very own dairy facility. Go down there. They got the bread. They do everything right here in the great state of Wisconsin. And with our kids, with those new blend jets that they're dumping milk into all the time, making smoothies, we just keep stopping at Quick Trip every time we go. Continue on. Get that milk, $2.99 a gallon at Quick Trip.
We will get to more of your calls, and we'll check in how Tausch's poll question is going. That's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Hey, Fleet Rewards members, save 10% now through Wednesday at Fleet Farm. No rebates, no waiting, no mail-in forms or receipts. The added 10% savings coupon is for all Fleet Rewards members, in-store and online. Not a member? Sign up in minutes to get your additional discount. Forget stamps or waiting for rebates. Enjoy 10% savings now through the 17th. And thanks for shopping Fleet Farm. Some restrictions apply.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Vintage Brewing Company. Whether you are looking to get carry-out, delivery, or dine-in, Vintage Brewing has lots of great options on their menu. Vintage Brewing Company prides themselves on being a great place to hang out and enjoy classic Midwestern hospitality. Vintage Brewing Company has multiple award-winning beers, so be sure to try one the next time you're in. Head to vintagebrewingcompany.com to make a reservation today.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
The standards have been set, and quarterbacks that have been here before us, and you're trying to continue to raise your game until you get to that bar.
This is your Green and Gold Fix on 100.5 ESPN.
You're going to evolve throughout the course of the season. It's always the fine line of what's too much.
This Green and Gold Fix is driven by Metro Ford.
A message made by the Green Bay Packers in Dallas on Sunday afternoon as they open up their postseason run with a 48-32 thrashing of the Cowboys. And as far as how everything is feeling in the locker room as to the turnaround since a 2-5 start, here's Matt LaFleur.
There is a different energy about our team. It's so much fun to come to work with these guys every day, and these guys do just the way they compete and push each other, and I'm just happy for those guys.
Jordan Love, 3 touchdown passes. Aaron Jones, 3 rushing touchdowns. And the Packers are headed to San Francisco on Saturday night to take on the 49ers.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Goodman's Jewelers has been providing the sparkle to Madison since 1933. That's a lot of great memories. John Hayes for Goodman's Jewelers. We've been caring for generations of customers, and during that time our strengths have been trust, service, and selection. Those traits are who we are, and that will never change. Goodman's Jewelers, a destination worth reaching. 220 State Street, goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Big trailers and big opportunity. Since 1962, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business. With competitive wages and excellent benefits, plus growth and advancement opportunities, Stoughton Trailers is an exciting place to grow your career. Join the collaboration, innovation, and dynamic team atmosphere at Stoughton Trailers, with positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, supply chain, and more. Go to stojobs.com to apply today. Stoughton Trailers, big opportunity.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
83-81, Stoughton with the ball. Fernholz fires up a 3, and it's nothing but net tie. Fernholz cannot miss today. 84-83.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, Pasquale's Cantina, UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, the GRB Academy, and Stoughton Health.
Are you looking for a fast-paced job in a fun and exciting work environment? Look no further than Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. We offer a wide range of job and shift availability in both part-time and full-time positions. Competitive wages and great benefits await you at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. Visit us in person or check out our website to see all of our job openings. Make work fun and apply for a job at Madison's only casino.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
down. 844-770-3776. Let's keep going with the calls. Now, Chris in Muskego called last Monday, and I believe he requested that if the Packers won, we would go commercial free. We love our partners.
We vetoed that real quick. Yeah, we vetoed that.
We also did not say we were going to go Chris in Muskego free, though, and he joins us now. Chris, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I guess since I'm retired, I can wait the 1 hour and 5 minutes to be on hold. But next week when we beat the 49ers, maybe we should go commercial free. But here's my question. Do you think...
Now you're going to be on hold for 2 hours.
Yeah. Now here's my question. Do you think with a Roger-less quarterback that Matt LaFleur can actually scheme an offense that can actually beat San Francisco? I think our chances are really great with all the young studs we got, the team pulling together. I think we can pull off another victory. But do you think this is the game that LaFleur actually beats Shanahan and the 49ers?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's a couple of layers to that question, Chris. Yes.
Storyline.
You
for
bet
the week.
there is. Yeah, I think they reconciled a little bit after the tampering with his former quarterback. Tausch.
But just wait a second. I hope that's not true.
No.
I don't want Matt LaFleur.
The
okay,
reconciling
Kyle.
part. Because we agree they were tampering.
I don't want the
They were never convicted.
No, I don't want
but
the
they were
reconciling. A guy came into your house, tried to steal your gal, tried to steal your quarterback.
That's my quarterback.
And they've eaten your lunch consistently. I want Matt LaFleur pissed. I don't want him glad-handed, and I don't want any part of any of that narrative. None. I didn't like it when he sat down and did that interview with, I don't remember who it was, when him and
The
Shannon.
round table.
I don't want
Yeah.
any part of it.
Mm-hmm.
None.
Right. Okay. All right. Yes, we don't. You also want no part of Peacock. I have a more important question for you.
Yeah.
We talked about at the beginning of the year. Hey, we finally get to see the Matt LaFleur pure offense. And then it wasn't very good for a while, right? But and I don't want to demean what this offense did and what the previous quarterback did in 20 and 21 because he was star-spangled awesome. He won his third and fourth MVPs. But watching what this offense is currently doing with a bunch of unselfish guys, without a number one receiver that's clear-cut, and with a quarterback who doesn't feel like he has to throw to one specific person, who is spreading the ball around and going through his progressions and playing outstanding football, is this not what they hired Matt LaFleur for? And is this not fun? Are you not entertained by what this offense is doing when the offense is run the way Matt LaFleur drew it up? And how much do you think Matt LaFleur is enjoying watching this offense function?
What do you think the answer is? Yeah, he's super excited. He just said it.
Sometimes
before.
I pose things as a question so you can start talking
I
about
understand.
them. Because if I just make
What I'm
statements, then
telling
you
you-
sit there and go, was there a question in there?
Fair. I think when you heard Matt LaFleur say this is super enjoyable, the competitiveness and the group and the togetherness, that's all real. And Matt LaFleur isn't walking on eggshells. I'm sure he feels, and I think he's tried to continue to just talk about this year's team and not talk about in the past. But I think the last couple of years are really hard for him. I think the beginning of this season he was emotional. You know, he's getting very on the sidelines during the beginning part of this season. He's in control because he now sees his vision is being put out there on the football field, and it's being executed by a quarterback that believes in what he's doing. He's not going to bring the Aaron Rodgers comparisons, anything else, and he shouldn't. But the question is, are they better suited to win with this formula than what they've done in the past? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, because you now are very multiple. You have all kinds of options, and you have a run game, so San Fran can't just sit there. And if you remember, San Fran got out to big leads because we turned the football over. We took sacks. We had a sack strip. We had a strack in one of those games with Bosa. You're going to be tested in big ways, and their middle linebackers are dogs. My guy Freddie Varner's the best in the business.
Mm-hmm.
Greenlaw is a great player. But that secondary is vulnerable. that secondary isn't going to be playing Klingon defense. So if you can run the football and get those guys running, all of a sudden it's a whole different beast. So I think when you start looking at what this next game is going to look like, the more multiple you are and the more you can continue to keep a defense off balance, which is what Matt LaFleur is all about, you're in a great position to have another good day on offense. Maybe not as good as yesterday, but a very good day against the defense that I think people have hyped up and said is great.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're really good at rushing the passer, and I think their middle linebackers are really good. I do not believe their secondary is all that.
Amen. We'll get to more of your calls coming up. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Want to remind you, I tell you all the time that I am a Fleet Rewards member, and it's like they're paying me to shop there. I have my Fleet Rewards Visa that I use, and I get points for every purchase I make. I buy a lot of gas there. I buy a lot of bubbler drinks there. I do all kinds of stuff there. And right now, if you're a Fleet Rewards member, you'll get 10% off every purchase you make in store or online through Wednesday. So don't wait. Get on fleetfarm.com. Make those purchases now in store or online. And every time you make a purchase, you're going to save 10% off. There's no rebates. There's none of any of that stuff. You just use the coupon. It's right there on fleetfarm.com or inside the Fleet Farm app. And if you're not a Fleet Rewards member, now's the time to sign up to get all these great benefits. And you get rewarded for every purchase you make. So check out fleetfarm.com to find out more. Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955. More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Watch every ESPN Madison show live every day. Subscribe to ESPN Madison on YouTube for live video of every show and exclusive content. Just search ESPN Madison.
Mark Tosher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. But when it's playoff time, it means it's time to find out who the best of the best is. Well, Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie is consistently recognized as a best of Madison operation. And with Wisconsin's winter weather now in full swing and routine maintenance always top of mind, stop into Zimbrick Chevrolet and discover this great team that I've been telling you about for years. Check out their new and used vehicle inventory or simply stop in for a tune-up. This is an especially tough time of year for water pumps, hoses, and belts that could leave you stranded on the side of the road if they're damaged. And if your battery lets you down this winter, Zimbrick Chevrolet can install a new one in minutes. You like watching the best teams play football? Well, you'll also like watching the best automotive team help you with your vehicle. Stop in today at Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie or check them out online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Stoughton Trailers. Big trailers and big opportunity at Stoughton Trailers. Positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, supply chain, and more. To apply today, go to stojobs.com. The Wisconsin men's basketball team remains the only undefeated Big Ten team in conference play, following a win over Northwestern at the Kohl Center on Saturday. Here's head coach Greg Gard after the game.
Proud of our guys. I thought physically Northwestern played exactly how we thought they would. Extremely physical, really coming at us in the post traps and aggressive in the ball screens, and we didn't respond to it early. That once we turned that around, we were much better.
The Badgers now 5-0 in Big Ten play. Return to conference action as they head to Penn State this Tuesday.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
People across Wisconsin are enjoying the rewards, stability, and flexibility of a career in healthcare. Why not you? Wish Caregiver Careers can get you started as a certified direct care professional. You'll learn the skills you need to make life better for older adults or people with a disability. All training is free and online. Plus, earn $500 in bonuses. Start your new career. Sign up today at WisCaregiverCDCP.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher? cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit condonjeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Like, share, and follow ESPN Madison everywhere. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok for more great content from ESPN Madison. This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Slow down on Monday, not a sound. On Wednesday, might get loud. On Friday, but on Saturday, we paint the town. Lose my sense of time on
844-770-3776. Let's get to more of your calls, and then we'll spend the entirety of the 11 o'clock hour doing the same. Let's start with Carol in Richfield. Carol, thanks for holding on so long. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Nice to have a female voice, too, right?
Nice.
I have 3 comments.
Great.
My first one is, if I go back to the Pittsburgh game, I recall, maybe it was on the show, there was a conversation about the wide receivers after the game got together in the stadium and had a huddle without coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like the receiving corps has changed since then.
That was a seminal moment. You are absolutely right about that. Your memory is perfect on that, Carol. Point 2.
Yeah, good. Second question I have is, last year Love did the scout team, right?
Correct.
He was the second quarterback, and they usually do the scout team in practices.
Mm-hmm.
And we played Dallas last year. How much does it help to be on the scout team before you play that defense?
Tausch, what about
and
that?
Then
That would let Tausch answer that one, Carol, and then you get to your third point.
Well, any reps you can get are great. I think when you're doing Dallas, you'll be doing Dallas's offense, going for Green Bay's defense. So I'm not sure that's a monster help, but obviously anytime you're getting work, it's going to help. And one of the things, Aaron with that bad thumb, Jordan got a lot of reps during the week against the opposing team's defense, which would be our scout team.
Right,
What's your third point, Carol?
Including against the Dallas version of the defense.
Exactly.
Hard for me to come up with negatives with that game. Does this mean Barry saved his job?
Ooh, great question.
That is the $64,000 question that our friend Gabe Neitzel, I'm sure, is asking himself. I'm sure there are others that are asking themselves that. Tausch, what say you?
No. Not at this point, his job. If San Francisco lights up this team and scores a ton of points and we get beat 41-31, I don't think Joe Barry's back next year. Now, if Joe Barry shuts down McCaffrey and Debo and the whole arsenal that San Fran has, and they go and win the Super Bowl, I think Joe Barry's probably back. Outside of that, I think Matt LaFleur has come to grips that he needs a new voice and a new leader in that room for a full season. And I think that's still going to be the road that he goes down. But things change quickly in the NFL. Mike McCarthy was having a great year, and now more than likely he ain't going to have a job. Sirianni, I don't know what's going to happen with them if Philly gets beat tonight.
Yeah.
Stuff changes quickly. But I still think Matt LaFleur recognized after that Carolina game, and I think he's probably taken more ownership in this defense, that this is not going to continue to work. Well, it looked pretty good yesterday. Pretty good last week. Looked pretty good up in Minnesota.
So to Carol's point, a text from Big Cat, who's running the show in Milwaukee in the Gruber offices, One Call That's All Studios at the Avenue. If they beat the Niners and hold them below 20 points, I think I want Joe Barry back.
Oh, snap.
I think there's something to be said for what the defense has done. Yes, I think Matt LaFleur's got more involved and been telling Joe Barry, hey, this is more of what I want. But did they not play a ton of zone coverage yesterday and actually executed it effectively?
Yeah, they played it better, and it's for sure. I still think moving forward, I still think a new, different group that's more in line with what Matt LaFleur wants would make sense. And the fact that Joe's contract is run out after this season's over, it would make for a good time to do so. I don't know what will happen because if you go win a championship and his defense plays like it did yesterday for the first 3 quarters, it's going to be hard to say we need to move on. But I still think that's what Matt LaFleur is going to do. I do.
Do you guys remember who Barry Trotz is?
Barry Trotz.
Yeah. Barry Trotz was the head coach of the Washington Capitals in the NHL when the Capitals won the Stanley Cup, I don't know, 5-6 years ago now, 2017 I think it was. And they didn't bring him back after they won the Stanley Cup because he was so maligned throughout the course of several seasons. That's what I see Joe Barry's playoff run here be. They could go on a heck of a run and even win the whole thing. And I think the career resume and the status of the contract would all lead to him still not being back.
I'm not going to lie.
However that plays out.
I did not have an NHL reference on my Wilde and Tausch bingo card today.
Yeah, especially Barry Trotsky.
Trotz.
Trotsky. Didn't he have a sandwich shop? Oh, no, that's
something else.
844-770-3776. We will get to more of your calls to kick off the 11 o'clock hour, which occurs in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Hey, this is Eric Name of The Athletic. You're listening to Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Green Bay Game Night. Join Gabe Neitzel, Homer, Mark Tauscher, Jason Wilde, and the fans for reactions and analysis immediately after every Green Bay postseason game right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. And the show goes on this Saturday. You'll hear Green Bay Game Night after Packers 49ers in the divisional round of the NFC Playoffs because the Packers were winners yesterday, 48-32 over Mike McCarthy's Dallas Cowboys. The Packers become the first team in NFL playoff history to win a playoff game as a 7 seed. Now, they haven't had 7 seeds that long, but it still sounds pretty cool. Head coach Matt LaFleur after the game.
There is a different energy about our team. It's so much fun to come to work with these guys every day, and these guys, the way they compete and push each other, and I'm just happy for those guys.
We are too, Coach. Jordan Love, 16 of 21, 272 yards, 3 touchdown passes. Aaron Jones, 21 carries, 118 yards, 3 touchdown carries. Reactions continue with more Wilde and Tausch coming up right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Give it up to everybody in this room. First 7th seed in the history of the NFL to win a playoff game.
Touchdown, Green Bay on the opening drive.
How about Aaron Jones with 3 tugs today?
Touchdown. Third today for Aaron Jones.
Whoever this Romeo Dobbs guy was.
Love zips it in there, and it's caught for the touchdown, Romeo Dobbs.
John Money setting it off with the pick.
Prescott fires for Hooks, and it's intercepted. Jair Alexander.
Sam with a pick 6.
Now it's going to be picked off, and no one in front of him. Darnell Savage.
Musgrave stayed on his feet.
It's going to be caught by Musgrave. Racing towards the end zone. He is in. Touchdown, Green Bay.
On a personal basis, I'm floored. Not that there's any world's smallest violin for me.
This guy finished with the highest QB rating in Packer history at 137.
And the route is on in Dallas. Wow.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. Tausch, before we get to more calls, because there's been a lot of people who've waited patiently, I just want to ask you briefly, thoughts on that postgame speech? You've been in some pretty awesome, victorious locker rooms.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's what players miss, those moments. You can't get that anywhere else. And when guys go out and put the performance that they did on yesterday, to acknowledge it right in real time right there, it's what it's all about, man. And that's why this team, you can just feel it. You hear it, and you see it coming together. It's a beautiful thing.
844-770-3776. Wall-to-wall calls all day long as the Packers beat the Dallas Cowboys 48-32, and it wasn't that close. 48-16 at one point, 27-0 at one point. I am not shocked that they won. I am shocked at how they dominated. That is my position. I thought, I thought Jordan Love, they could win 33-30, and Jordan Love engineers a go-ahead touchdown drive in the last 2 minutes. I didn't rule out the possibility of them winning, but 27-0, 48-16, no.
Jason, and before we get to calls, and that's why that tone setting, grab the ball and shove it down their blanking throats, and you just sense that tightening Cowboys operation, they're squeezing. They want it so bad.
Yeah.
It's like Chris Farley when he's getting those chicken wings. He figured out a way to get them chicken wings. Squeezing it. The Cowboys tightened, and by the time they loosened, it was over. And the best part of it was the Packers never tightened once they had the big lead. They never got tight.
No.
You didn't see
it.
And
really
that's the anatomy of yesterday's game, and it was executed by Matt LaFleur to a T.
Let's get to your calls. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Let's go out to North Carolina and talk to Tom. Tom, thanks for holding on. Good morning.
Yo.
What do you got for us?
Hey, guys, how we doing?
We're doing good. How you doing?
Awesome.
It's a great day to be a cheesehead. That's all I got to say. Man,
Amen.
Dude, look here. Winning that game yesterday, I've been around since Bart Starr and Favre and Rodgers and all of them, but that game yesterday, man, watching us just spank the Cowboys was almost as good as winning the Super Bowl to me, man. I mean, it was just awesome. Okay, first of all, I need to be the first one in line to knock on Brian Gutekunst's door and apologize to him for all the trash that I talked about him all year, because
I'll let him know. Let him know.
Yeah, I appreciate that. His vision, I think, came to fruition starting yesterday. Number two, I'm 64 years old. I got 3 boys. And the one thing I learned, a little bit of wisdom here, is whatever you do, don't tell a young person they can't do something. You tell a young person they can't do something, and they'll go out of their way to try to prove you wrong. And it has been awesome to be the underdog because all Matt LaFleur honestly had to do was walk in there and say, guys, what do we got to lose? They don't think we're going to win anyways. But the talent that this team has got and the freedom that they're playing with it is crazy, man. It's just like crazy. I was at my granddaughter's basketball game yesterday when the first half was going on, and my son was sitting next to me, and I'm sure his leg is probably black and blue today where I was just beating on him, watching it on my phone, just screaming in there, and everybody thought I was screaming for my granddaughter, but I was actually screaming for the Packers. But, dude, man, and the other thing is this. There were a couple of times in that game I noticed that Jordan Love went to the line and audibled. And that, again, shows me Matt LaFleur giving him the freedom to say, look, if you see something you don't like, man, change it. And that whole thing. And the other thing, too, the offensive line, dude, Parsons never touched him. He never touched him. And what a testament, man, to a football team that don't have a lot of high-profile paid players. They're playing so free right now. And to be honest with you, man, going into San Francisco, I would hate to be San Francisco. I would hate to want to play the Packers right now. That's all I got to say.
Tom, thanks for your call not being just what a great day to be a cheesehead, because I thought you might have been stopping there after you waited on hold so long. And that was an outstanding call.
Yeah, I don't think anyone needs – Goody doesn't need – and as the president of the Goody fan club, I've been very loyal to Goody the entire time.
Indeed.
Rode the wave with him, probably is steadier than anything. How could you say anything negative about Brian Gutekunst? He would have swept the Triple Crown in everything when it comes to how this year is played out, regardless of what happened Saturday. His last 10 months, I think you could put up against anybody in the history of general managing. His last 10 months, tell me something he's done that hasn't worked.
Except for October.
Tell me something that hadn't worked. That's all part of the plan. That was all part of his plan.
Losing all the games in October was the plan.
Jason, I think he wanted these guys to struggle so that they could see the light at the end of the tunnel and come out of it stronger. I don't think he sweated a minute. LaFleur did.
Yeah, LaFleur definitely did.
LaFleur 100% did. And part of it was, self-inflicted in my opinion. Goody saw it. He knew that it was going to be struggle. He knew that there were going to be some ups and downs. But he also understands that that's part of an NFL season. And when you can fight through and beat that, you're stronger out the other end. And that's what's happened. I don't know of anything that he's done in the last 10 months that hasn't been executed at a high level. I don't know. You got anything?
Yeah, I got more calls I want to get to. Let's get to Mike in Texas. Mike, good morning. Thanks for holding on so long. What do you got for us, buddy?
Good morning. Thanks. Well, the first thing I got to say, I got two comments, is that 2 weeks from now, I'm traveling on Sunday, Championship Day, and I'm actually thinking, hey, I got to figure out a way to get home in time because they might actually win, which I never even think was possible to even beat the Dallas Cowboys.
Saturday night is the NFC Championship game. I don't know if you've heard.
No, Sunday. I thought it was Sunday night, right?
Oh, my God.
The championship.
It's on Peacock.
Are you kidding me?
I think it's on Peacock.
No. This Saturday.
Why can't we keep track of what's what?
He's joking. You know Mike's joking, right? You guys not catch humor?
I don't think I'm not.
No, he was joking.
Okay, Mike, sure.
Okay, good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing's on Peacock anymore.
Well, after the numbers they got, there will be. Continue,
sorry.
Mike.
Go ahead, Mike.
All right. and the other thing is, I don't put it like rain on the parade or anything, but how bad the Cowboys played. I mean, as a team, like I don't want to put it all on Mike McCarthy, but damn, they just. I don't know. It's just the Packers quite play, obviously, but how bad did the Cowboys? So I mean, obviously, I don't expect the 49ers to play that bad, and I don't expect anything like that. But
yeah, they won't.
I don't know what to attribute that.
They won't be that bad.
No.
Yeah, Mike. Thanks for the call, Mike. I'm going to tell you this because a lot of times you see that it's like, well, their quarterback sucked. They're all this, and people are kind of diminishing it. The Packers forced the Cowboys to play that way. The Cowboys were tight. The Packers understood that the pressure was all there. And what they did was they amplified it by doing it the way they planned, and they executed it, and the Cowboys fell right into line with what Matt LaFleur thought was going to happen. So while we can say, well, Dallas stunk, and the Packers forced that upon them too.
You're right.
Don't lay it all on – the Cowboys stunk. Their plan stunk. They executed it poorly.
Their defense
and they
stunk.
played like a team. They played like a team that was trying to just hold on and not make mistakes. And what they ended up doing is they played right into the Packers' hands.
Yep.
And the Packers forced their hand. So I don't want to hear a bunch of, oh, the Cowboys stunk. The Packers forced that upon them. If you're not good enough, the Cowboys could have withstood the beginning part of that game. But the Packers stuck with it, and the Cowboys played tight. And by the time things looked up, they're like, what the? Did Savage just get a pick six? And are we now 27-0?
Yeah.
To the 7th seed?
Yeah.
And by then it was too late.
Hey, can I just interject something briefly?
It's not about Peacock, right?
It's not. No.
Okay.
No. I do not believe that the 2023 Green Bay Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. If they do,
okay,
awesome, right? Ridiculous story. Is this not, those times where I get really irritated with that whole, I would take 10 losing seasons if it meant that we got a title, the 11th season, and every 10 years we got a title crowd. This is probably not going to end in a title. But how much fun has this season been? How much fun have our shows been for the last month? Like, this is the stuff, man. This is the journey. And what an incredible journey, a hero's journey, some might say, Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur and all these guys have been on this year. Even if it doesn't end in a title, which I don't think it will, this has been so much fun to watch. And what they did on yesterday, I am astonished. Again, 48-16 in a place where the team they were playing was 16-0 in their last 16 games. And they scored more points than anybody at home. They scored more points than anybody in the league. I still cannot get over what an incredible journey this team has taken us on. It's been fun to talk about it every week. It was not fun in October when we were serving as psychologists and therapists. But it's fun now. Let's keep going with the calls. 844-770-3776. We'll get to more of your calls. I know there's a handful of you that have still been waiting, so let's get to you coming up next. Tausch, before we do that, did you do PrizePicks for this game? And how did we fare in them if you did?
Yeah, I did Saturday's games. Not great for old T. I thought Tua, and there was going to be some struggles. But the G&G, Tutters, told you 3 Tutters from my boy Jay Love. Yep. Good day Sunday. Not a great day Saturday, but I had fun doing it on PrizePicks. Daily Fantasy Sports made it easy. I went with 3, and yesterday, Jay Love Tutters, no problem. Aaron Jones, no problem. Not competing against other people, just PrizePicks' projections. And now that game got snowed out, we got a couple games tonight that we'll be all about, and I'll have a little fun dabbling in that. Entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. Trying to get Mike in Waukesha, was it, Jesse, that called earlier?
Pewaukee.
Trying to get him up to PrizePicks. Telling them all, though, just download the PrizePicks app. Go to PrizePicks.com. You're getting $100. Put 100 in, and PrizePicks is literally saying, here, 100, match, 200 to play with. House money, some would say. PrizePicks gives you, just use that promo code WI. Download the PrizePicks app, use the promo code WI for that match.
Chris, Darrell, Dave, Rel, and Sparky. You guys all stay on hold. We'll get to you next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Start the new year saving money and helping to save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar. Mark Toscher here, and whether you want some extra spending cash to buy a new jersey of the new star quarterback in town, tickets to a big upcoming game on the road, or anything else you may be thinking, you can find some extra cash in your pocket when you start saving money with the switch to Everlight Solar. Our family, we were looking to make the switch to solar for quite some time, but we weren't quite sure where to even start. That's when we met the team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
If you are Mike Norvell and your job is hard enough as it is, considering the conference you're in versus being in the SEC, and Alabama comes knocking, you may answer that door. And oh, by the way, if we're going to connect dots more, let's see, Florida State has an opening for a head coaching position, hypothetically. Could all of this somehow end up with primetime back at his school in FSU?
Unsportsmanlike, weekdays from 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Soxbury Healthcare is here to help. To help with your shoulder pain,
your knee injury,
that hip that bothers you, with your foot or ankle pain.
We focus on quality.
We focus on results.
And take time to listen.
So that your care is the best care. For you.
You. You. You.
For you. We're here for you.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics. Listening, healing, caring. It's in our nature.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Wisconsin.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Vintage Brewing Company. Whether you are looking to get carry-out, delivery, or dine-in, Vintage Brewing has lots of great options on their menu. Vintage Brewing Company prides themselves on being a great place to hang out and enjoy classic Midwestern hospitality. Vintage Brewing Company has multiple award-winning beers, so be sure to try one the next time you're in. Head to vintagebrewingcompany.com to make a reservation today.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Let's keep going with your calls. Thanks for everyone being so patient, because I know it's been a long wait for some of you. Not all of you are retired. 844-770-3776. Let's go to Chris in a car who's been driving around for a long time on hold. Chris, good morning. What do you got for us?
Morning, boys.
Morning.
What a ride this has been, huh?
Are you talking about your current drive, or are you talking about the Packers ride?
I had a long work drive, so this works out great.
Oh, okay,
it worked out good for me. I'm almost there on my long work drive, but it worked out fine. But what a difference a healthy Aaron Jones makes. Having him sit while they still had pass catchers running around like peacocks with their heads cut off turned out to be a huge blessing. You know, watching him now accelerate through holes like Aaron Jones does. I mean, God bless A.J. Dillon, and I love him at what he does best, but Aaron Jones is just a different cat, and having him out there makes you feel like they can now travel and beat good teams on the road. He had, 7 carries on the 8-minute drive to start the game, and that's the blueprint for winning on the road in the playoffs, right? That and defense, which still makes me scared. But he deserves a lot of credit. It looks like a totally different group with him out there. And the other thing was I wanted to throw Old T a little bit of support on the poll question.
Oh, he needs it.
Sam, okay, I'm going to try my best, Old T. I was watching John Kuhn on some post-game coverage yesterday, and he was saying how as he watched Savage return that interception for a touchdown, the hair on the back of his neck stood up, and it immediately reminded him of Tramon Williams in Atlanta in 2010. And I feel like if they can go out to San Francisco and win, and it's a big if, but if they can go out to San Francisco and win, it will kind of feel like it's next pin up on the way to the Super Bowl. Like, who can stop that thing? You know, like they have something special, and they're going to ride it to the Super Bowl, kind of like the 2010 team did. And I'd be a sports fan devastated if they didn't do it, if they actually can go out to San Francisco and beat the Niners. So with that interpretation of what Old T's trying to say, I vote yes. If they can beat the Niners, I'll feel like the Super Bowl's right within reach. And I never would have thought I'd say that this year.
So the poll question as it currently stands. Thanks for the call, Chris.
Let me. So the Atlanta playoff game, huge atmosphere, but as one of our callers earlier said, that season we had already went down there and played and should have beat them.
Yep.
I think right now there is the big bad bully San Francisco 49ers vibe. And I don't think that our fan base feels as confident. Maybe I'm mistaken. You'd have to tell me about how the fan base felt back in 2010-11. Here, I think this is a much bigger challenge than that. And if they are able to pull this off on Saturday, I believe they'll be the prohibitive favorites, whether it's at Detroit, at Tampa, or at Philly. Saturday's everything as far as this team trying to make a Super Bowl run. Everything.
56.3% of the 1,019 votes that this poll has gotten agree with Old T that this is the NFC Championship game.
And by the way, there's always a little rust with teams that sit 2 weeks. There's always a little. And what has this team been really good at in big games? Jumping on people's throats early. Going to need it happen again Saturday night on Peacock/Fox.
844-770-3776.
They're not even the same.
And then, wait, okay. Just ignore him. Let's get some more calls. Although Chris in a car dropping the peacocks with their heads cut off deserved a little bit more attention than it got. That was a pretty good line.
I gave it a good laugh. I think it's funny. Then I envision those beautiful birds with its head getting cut off.
Yeah, it's a tough image. Yeah.
That's why I was a little muted.
Your mom with a cleaver. With a butcher knife, a cleaver.
Mom would
your
never
mom
do that.
Bludgeoning.
It's already butchered. No, it'd be already butchered. She's not going to. She's got too kind of heart for that.
We love you, Diane.
I don't think she'd be doing that to no Peacock.
Let's go to Darrell in Milwaukee. Darrell, you've been waiting forever. Thanks for holding on. What do you got for us, bud?
I'm a little bummed out because Chris actually beat me to it. He did. Because, I mean, honestly, and I don't know if it was you, Wilde, or Tausch that said that it's a little bit more difficult nowadays to go in San Fran and win versus than it was like in 2011, the road to the Super Bowl. I'm going to disagree with that completely because we were pretty banged up going into the playoffs. James Stark had to come on late and give us a little bit of a run game that year.
Yeah.
Versus this year, we actually have a run game, and it was way difficult back then. Way difficult, to be completely honest. But I definitely got a hunch when Savage got that pick six. It definitely got the same thing Chris said. That Atlanta game. It just
Tramon Williams.
There's something about that. It just clicked. I mean, I don't want to be one of those oddballs, but I still love Super Bowl. That's all I got to say.
Love it.
Yes. It sounds funny, but mark my words. I smell a Super Bowl. It's either going to be Texans or Chiefs. But
we're gonna mark the tape, and you will become a sound graph. If the Packers go to the Super Bowl, you'll be part of that process
to face the Texans.
Well, or the Chiefs, he said. Thanks for holding on so long to share that. Look, Tausch, the difference that I would have initially said before yesterday was that the 2010 team had a guy at quarterback who was in his third year as the starter, had sat for 3 years, and then was in his third year as the starter. He was in a different place in his career. That's what I would have said yesterday. But with the way Jordan Love is playing, I can't use that right now. I mean,
Jordan Love is playing.
Rodgers was brilliant in Atlanta. Jordan Love was brilliant in Dallas. And he was brilliant in Minnesota. Like, he's playing at that level, too. So I can't say, well, the quarterbacks are at different points in their career. Not the way he's playing. Not the way he's playing.
Nope.
Let's get to another call because we've still got a bunch to get to. Let's go to Dave on the east side. Dave, thanks for holding on. Good morning. What do you got for us?
Hey, thanks a lot. First of all, a couple things. One, the Gladiator reference, loved it. Are you not entertained?
Thank you.
That didn't slip by. Yeah. So definitely something to celebrate. I'll tell you, at the beginning of the year, I did not have a lot of confidence really in what was going on because we really didn't know. But Jordan Love's really stepped up. So I don't want to take away from the performance. But I just want to kind of throw out some points and maybe have you guys talk about it. One, the stars aligned. Dallas did not, but they still capitalized on the stars aligning. They mean in the Green Bay Packers. Dallas did not play like themselves. They looked completely confused and like they didn't play with any kind of confidence at all. I don't think we're going to get that in San Francisco. But having said that, then the defense, the last 6 minutes, I know it was kind of garbage football, but when they lost Jair and McDuffie, it felt like a different defense at that point. I still have my questions on that. They're going to go into San Francisco, and I don't know how they cover everybody. Again, something to relish the win. It's great. But now, it's not over, and they're going to play a tough team. That's very physical, and they got to get back. I don't know that the defense can punch in the face like San Francisco, and I think they need to be able to do that. So, anyway, just your thoughts on questions on the defense stepping up into something like San Francisco. And then if Aaron Jones doesn't play, you take Aaron Jones off the field, and it's a completely different – they can't run without Aaron Jones. I mean, the running game is okay. When you have him in there, it's a whole nother level.
Yep. He
has to play well. Jordan Love is the X factor because I think he can still pass and make points, but the defense is really what I'm worried about. So thanks for taking my call.
No, thanks for waiting, Dave. So to Dave's point about the defense, Tausch, help us understand because my attitude was, all right, they're just going to let them run clock, pick up yards, and just give that up because of how big their lead was. And I didn't have a problem. I mean, they finished with 510 yards. Okay? That's a huge, huge number. I get it. But, 294 of them were in the fourth quarter. It was ridiculous how much they gave. And I understand you'd like to tighten it up a little more, but did you have a problem with what they did defensively once they got that big of a lead? And did that cause you concern? Because Dave's right. Jair leaving with his ankle being irritated and with Isaiah McDuffie leaving, those were not ideal. They lose J.J. Enagbare. which they're going to be without now going forward, who's an important piece of their rotation.
Is that his new nickname, JJ?
It's not new.
Is that a new nickname?
That's what LaFleur called him last night. He loved JJ, the jet plane, growing up.
JJ.
They all call him JJ in there. Yeah.
Right.
How concerned are you about what you saw about the defense in the fourth quarter?
I'm not remotely concerned about that piece of it. The only play I was concerned about is the long throw down to CeeDee Lamb on the left sideline. You don't give that up. I don't mind the little Charlie check down. Here's 6 points, like basically a charity touchdown is what those are at the end of games. I'm not remotely concerned about that piece of it. Now, the big question going into this week is going to be, can we match their physicality?
Yep. That's going to
be the
Dave
question.
Made a great point there.
San Francisco is a bunch of throat-punching, physical. That's what they're about. They're about that life. And Green Bay got punched in the mouth in September by Detroit, and I asked the same question, are they going to allow that to happen in Detroit? And the answer was resoundingly, absolutely not. We will take it to them. This is a different group. The D-line played well again. The linebackers. San Francisco will test you. They will test you physically. Are you up to it? Baltimore was. Only team on their schedule that has been so far. Will Green Bay be able to handle it? That's what Saturday's going to be about. And if Green Bay handles it, Green Bay can beat San Fran. If they can't, they have no chance. Yep. That's how it's going to play.
You're right. They are physical. It is not deniable. All right, we need to get some more of your calls, and we've got 2 segments left. So stay there. We'll get to you next. Want to remind you, it's a great time to be a Packers fan. Really great time for you to be a Packers fan. What an exciting time. And you can show your Packers fandom with your Associated Bank Packers checking account. You got your Packers debit MasterCard. You get 10% off at the Packers Pro Shop. Maybe you finally are ready to buy that Jordan Love jersey if you didn't already. You'll get 10% off in-store and online, and you get all the great perks that come with being an Associated Bank customer. So go to associatedbank.com/Packers to find out more. More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Even when the weather outside is frightful, your energy bill could be much more delightful. Replacing drafty windows and doors can dramatically lower your energy costs. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin's energy-efficient windows keep the cold outside where it belongs. You'll help kick the January blues when you choose to book by the 31st for 0% interest up to 36 months. You heard that right. No interest for up to 36 months if you book by January 31st. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Smoking hot deals just keep coming with quick hot savings from Quick Trip. And right now we're cooling off with $2.99 a gallon Nature's Touch milk. All 1 gallon, 2%, 1%, and skim Nature's Touch milk, just $2.99. Hey, looking to make that perfect movie night milkshake? Or how about making those morning waffles extra fluffy? Our fresh, straight from our dairy, Nature's Touch milk is on sale and ready for your fridge. Quick hot savings from Quick Trip. Yeah, we're here to save you some moolah.
Dash the Dane. That's right, Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company has expanded their delivery offerings with DoorDash. New customers get $5 off your first order of $25 or more. And don't forget, Dash Pass subscribers always receive free delivery. Order delivery today at GreatDanePub.com or on the DoorDash app and get food delivered from the Great Dane closest to you. Downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994.
Hey, Fleet Rewards members, save 10% now through Wednesday at Fleet Farm. No rebates, no waiting, no mail-in forms or receipts. The added 10% savings coupon is for all Fleet Rewards members, in-store and online. Not a member? Sign up in minutes to get your additional discount. Forget stamps or waiting for rebates. Enjoy 10% savings now through the 17th. And thanks for shopping Fleet Farm. Some restrictions apply.
You'll notice that some jewelry stores in the area are giving big, deep down discounts, as much as 60%. But you know what they're doing, don't you? They're just marking it up to mark it down. That's why for over 30 years, Chalmers Jewelers has offered you truth in pricing. You will always find great value on unique custom jewelry at Chalmers Jewelers. Truth in pricing is what it's always been.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen, UW-Madison class of 2002. Join me, Michelle Smallman, and Super Bowl champion Chris Canty every weekday morning from 5 to 9, right here on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand on Wisconsin.
Let's get back to your calls. Thanks to everybody who waited all day long. We appreciate you. Let's go to Rel in Milwaukee. Rel, thanks for holding on. What do you got for us?
How you doing, fellas? How you doing?
We're great. How are you?
All right, boy, oh boy, what a win yesterday, fellas. The Packer Prince makes good on his promise, guys. Yesterday was all about Jordan Love. And as a fan, I'm so enthused, the level of confidence and the level of believability that he's instilled into the team. I'm very happy for the young quarterback, guys. We isn't Goody and the crew, they called it, right? And what's really good is we get to see him actually try to vie for position and jockey for position in his draft class. I think that's something that matters to him.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be included. He wants to be included with some of the rhetoric around his draft class. So good job for the quarterback, man. Good job for the team. I want to ask you guys a question, though, before I go. All right, I'm not big on talking about gambling because I know it's really personal. But I had a few lines that I had in my mind. And I didn't go to Prado to actually put the money down, but I had a few lines, and they all made good yesterday. Do you think it's bad luck if I strike a few lines and go bet on San Fran? I want the guys to win. I don't even care about my pockets. Thank you for the call, guys.
Well, we want you to win and for them to win. Like, we want you to, succeed in your wagering.
Whatever you did this weekend, do it again next weekend. I think that's the general verdict on the
and
superstitions.
I always think it's not a bad thing from a fan standpoint that you win either way.
Oh, so you win money if your team loses and you win
you're all
because
right
they won.
Losing a little cash if your favorite team finds a way to win. The worst-case scenario, then, is if your favorite team loses and you don't win, then all of it sucks. And that's gambling, right? That's the whole deal. So yes. I don't think anyone, if I'm as a Packer player or a fan or a coach, bet San Fran. Go for it. The old bet. Remember the Wolverines did that? Bet. It's believe in team or whatever. Believe everybody's team. I don't know what that all meant. There was an acronym that bet meant too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I am fine with you not believing in me. It's always astounding to me when you get out of the locker room and you're just out in the analyst world or the media world or whatever you're in, how much this stuff matters to players. How much this stuff is used as motivation It's astounding. We always tell you we don't care. We don't care. We don't listen to the outside noise. And everybody says the same blanking stuff. Nobody believed in us. We had to shock the world. All this other stuff because motivation matters. And let's motivate the heck out of our guys. Let's have everybody bet San Fran. Tell us that, on all of your streaming services, 49ers, gold miners, everybody's San Fran. And then let's go out there and shove it up their blanking blanks. I'm on board. Let's do it.
Just for the record, no one on Netflix was picking the Cowboys.
How do you know?
They weren't picking the Packers either.
Because they weren't picking anything on Netflix.
You don't think Netflix has their people doing stuff too?
No.
Let's.
I
got three more people on hold. Don't get distracted now.
The dude from out at Missouri show. What was that Missouri show that we like so much?
Ozark.
Ozark.
You think Jason Bateman a pregame
picked the Cowboys?
Show?
What an idiot he was. Felicity Huffman.
Jeez.
Love the Cowboys. We're going to win. LaFleur said, blank you,
Huffman.
Felicity. Yeah.
Loved USC more. Let's get to Sparky in Sussex. Sparky, good morning. Thanks for holding on.
House of Cards, the Cowboys' House of Cards fell yesterday, didn't it?
Good morning, guys.
Hi, Sparky.
Love wasn't blind down in Dallas yesterday, was it? Yeah, it wasn't.
House
Go ahead,
sounds like
Spark.
Bluto and Animal House on a roll.
No, stop him, please. What do you got?
I just want to let you know that Mrs. Sparky has two traditions regarding the Packers. The Christmas tree doesn't come down until they're out of the playoffs, and the Yule log stays lit until they're out of the playoffs.
I bet it does.
Lucky
Congratulations
Sparky.
to you.
All right, Spark. Yeah.
This gets a little uncomfortable for me. I'm not going to lie.
So we're hoping to enjoy both of those for another 4 weeks. I think we got a great shot. We got a puncher's chance.
Oh, big time. Big time puncher's chance. I think that Yule log's going to be lit, and I don't think that Christmas tree's coming down. You win the championship, leave them up the whole year. Do it all. Leave it.
It's going to be a great year for you, Sparky. Thanks for the call. I'm sorry, I'm uncomfortable now. All right, we got two more calls we want to get to before the end of the show here. So we're going to take a break. Ned in New York, Kyle in North Milwaukee. You guys will wrap things up, so be ready. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you at GreatDanePub.com. The Wisconsin men's basketball team remains the only undefeated Big Ten team in conference play, following a win over Northwestern at the Kohl Center on Saturday. Here's head coach Greg Gard after the game.
Proud of our guys. I thought physically Northwestern played exactly how we thought they would. Extremely physical, really coming at us in the post traps and aggressive in the ball screens, and we didn't respond to it early. That once we turned that around, we were much better.
The Badgers, now 5-0 in Big Ten play, return to conference action as they head to Penn State this Tuesday.
Badger Minutes on ESPN Wisconsin are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment online today at PellaWI.com.
Smoking hot deals just keep coming with quick hot savings from Quick Trip. And right now we're cooling off with $2.99 a gallon Nature's Touch milk. All 1 gallon, 2%, 1%, and skim Nature's Touch milk, just $2.99. Hey, looking to make that perfect movie night milkshake? Or how about making those morning waffles extra fluffy? Our fresh, straight from our dairy Nature's Touch milk is on sale and ready for your fridge. Quick hot savings from Quick Trip. Yeah, we're here to save you some moolah.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you. Donate at V.org, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2024 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with national customer credit. Offer expires January 31st, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website to see our current electric vehicle inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Zimbrick Audi of Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Watch every ESPN Madison show live every day. Subscribe to ESPN Madison on YouTube for live video of every show and exclusive content. Just search ESPN Madison.
There's a different energy about our team. It's so much fun to come to work with these guys every day, and these guys, the way they compete and push each other, and I'm just happy for those guys.
That's Matt LaFleur as the Packers beat the Cowboys in advance to Saturday night on Fox against the San Francisco 49ers at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, in the divisional round. All right, let's get to two more calls. Let's get to Ned in New York first. Ned, thanks for holding on. Good morning. How are you?
Thanks for taking my call, guys. Really appreciate it. I still have not come down from last night. Just wanted to make a couple of quick points and how certain decisions have repercussions down the line. Going back to when Ted Thompson passed and Mark Murphy had to make a decision, and he had a choice among Russ Ball, Gutekunst, and Elliott Wolf. And he clearly picked the right guy, and then obviously they picked LaFleur after that. Going back to this year, looking back, those five of the losses had a total of 13 points in them. And that was just when I really fully did not give up on this team, and I thought we would have a chance. And so it's really no surprise that this team, has figured things out and made the necessary adjustments and basically find margins and is now winning. One question I have for both of you guys, going back a couple of years ago, I actually did not want them to extend Rodgers. But now I fully accept that that was probably the right decision in the development of Jordan Love. Whose decision was it? Was it LaFleur? Was it Mark Murphy? Was it Gutekunst? Or or a combination thereof to extend Rodgers? Thanks again for taking my call.
No, great call, Ned. Thanks for holding on. So there's two different times where they extend him, right? There's the extension in 18, 19-ish, which then has him not even starting the extension until 2020 when they drafted Jordan Love. And Rodgers wasn't playing, Rodgers had the second collarbone and everything like that. I think we can all agree that they didn't need to extend him before last season. And we can all agree that the way things played out, and not that we knew it was going to happen that way, and he was coming off back-to-back MVP seasons, but getting a haul for him and letting Jordan Love get his first year of starting last year might have had some value. But again, with where they're at now, I guess it's hard for us to criticize the timing of much of anything, given what they've done this season, is it not?
Yeah, and I don't know who. I do not believe Goody wanted to extend Aaron Rodgers. So I don't know who made that call, if that was Mark, Russ. That's the part of the ownership structure that I don't know. I don't think we'll find out. And the bottom line is, you made the pick. Disagree on timing of it, whatever it might be. The bottom line is they picked the right guy, and they let the right guy develop and not put him in a position to fail. And the organization deserves oodles of credit for that.
Do you think there's any chance now, after seeing what Rodgers did and what Love is doing, that more teams will wait with their first-round quarterbacks?
No.
I don't either.
I've had this discussion with numerous people. It's just you're not afforded that luxury.
Nope.
Coaches get fired.
Yep.
You just don't have it. So it's tough to replicate because it's tough to have the guy in the first place.
Our last call goes to Kyle in North Milwaukee. Kyle, thanks for holding on. Take us home. What do you got for us?
Well, first off, a little bit of a difference here. How about them Cowboys just putting a big goose egg on us? I love it. And another thing is what consists of a unnecessary roughness on a quarterback? Because it seemed like Love was getting nailed way after the pass was always gone, and there's a ref just standing right there and looking at him like, oh, I guess that's what's going to happen. You're going to take your lumps as a newbie or something like that. I don't know what the heck consists of unnecessary roughness anymore on a quarterback when you just blow a little bit towards Patrick Mahomes, the flags are all flying out. Someone gets laid on out, and that's that. So I'm glad everything's going okay for him. I'm glad he didn't get hurt on any of that stuff. But I'm just loving this. I'm hoping that when we go up with San Francisco, I'm hoping Matt LaFleur can take care of a couple of demons also down there with his buddy in Mike Shanahan and sort of kick some butt down there and let him know that, hey, new sheriff's in town.
Yeah, there would be. I'm sure he is ultra motivated and thanks for the call, Kyle. I'm sure he would love nothing more than to beat Kyle Shanahan and advance the NFC Championship game. They have had success against Matt LaFleur in the postseason, unfortunately, for the Packers. Tausch, I did see the hit that Micah Parsons put on Love. He did leave his feet. I thought that should have been a penalty. I don't think Kyle's wrong on that.
Yeah, Jordan Love has not. I think you're going to start seeing him get calls. That was something I talked about during this whole season, where it's a disadvantage when you don't have that guy. You don't get those calls. You know what? We now have that guy. The league recognizes we have that guy because I'm guessing whatever the Peacock numbers were, the Cowboys-Packers game is going to draw a monster number, and so will the San Fran game. The Packers are a big draw, and now we have a star quarterback that will start getting some of those calls as this thing continues to unwind.
How appropriate to close out the show with one last shot at Peacock from Old T. That's it for us today. We'll do it again tomorrow. Have a great day. Enjoy the win. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on Wisconsin On Demand.